everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in with another key episode. Well, not key episode, with another episode with the guys. You have me and Caesar, your co-host. What's up, Brian? Thank you very much for tuning in.
Hey,
Today we have a couple of our regular guys. We talk to you, chill out to chit chat. We're just gonna have a little bracket challenge. We're gonna talk about comics. We're gonna talk about some little things here and there, some news. But the main thing is gonna be a super villain DC versus Marvel kind of thing. So we'll see who's the best out there. Without further ado, before Caesar already said hi, I said hi. They get the guys out here because it's
yeah,
What's up,
look
Jason?
at
Efrain's here first. What's up, Efrain?
that.
It's been a minute.
Efrain from
He's
Savage
on
Comics.
mute.
Mute. You're on mute, fool. This guy.
Oh, okay.
There we
Come on
go.
now. There we go. I said I'm FNDA with no Vaseline because Ish is going to be on the show and he knows this supervillain's like nothing. So I'm probably going to be the loser here, but it's okay. I'll take my L.
That's all right.
So, well, I mean, Caesar doesn't read, so I'm pretty sure you guys
I don't read, but I am still a little knowledgeable. Listen, Efrain, you hardly take L's anyways, you beast.
Yeah, that's okay.
And,
I'm all right with
and
it.
then we got our good-looking fellow over here, Mr. Cody from the Comics Corner.
He always has to ruin it by saying something stupid.
This guy. That's how you're gonna talk to our guest like that?
Well, it's Cody.
Cody's been on here already. Like,
Yeah, Cody and I are now blood brothers. We're closer.
We almost die together, so now we ride together.
Those who almost die together ride together. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make that shirt. I'm gonna say the comic menu, and in the back's gonna say those who almost died together ride together.
Yeah. Heart attack bros. Oh,
mercy.
so I'm glad y'all are able to stop in and chit chat with us. So obviously, I think Cody's been on one of the bracket challenges before.
Yeah.
I don't know about Efrain. Have you been on one of the bracket challenges? Or we'll be here first. We're waiting on one more person, so we are going to go ahead and talk about comics. Yep. So this is something that a lot of people were talking about today. And I don't know if you saw. I'm going to go ahead and share it right now. Where is it? Not that. Okay, there you go. So this is the picture. Let me present it. Facebook, this one. Check. So this is the first glimpse of the new Crow.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah, I see Efrain. I know Efrain's a good fan about this. What are your thoughts? So we start off with Cody, and then we'll go over there. So what are your thoughts, Cody?
I think it's only an issue if you're looking for them to do the same thing they've already done with Brandon Lee. I freaking loved the Brandon Lee Crow movies, right? And I was one of those kids that I traded something for the Crow soundtrack and listened to it on repeat. As a '90s kid, that's what you did. You listened to the Crow soundtrack and you brooded and tried to pick up chicks. It was just a part of our culture. But I like the original. I don't want to see them redo it, because that's just going to fall short too. So I don't really put a whole lot of stock in these preview images that people get so up in arms about. I wait to see how the actual movie is and judge the piece as a whole. So that's great. I don't know the context. I don't know what got him there. I don't know if this, you know what I mean. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm excited to see a property that I like getting made again.
I mean, it was not like Spawn that takes 30 years to remake, so I agree on that part. How about you?
That's Todd's fault, though. So we're gonna see. It's like Game of Thrones. We're never gonna see the next Game of Thrones book because R. Martin's gonna get a heart attack and he's gonna die because he's big and old. He's 80 years old and he weighs 350 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm just like Cody. I people pass judgment. People see images. People start judging and. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be in the movie. Didn't everybody hate Jack Nicholson's Joker at first, and then everybody loved it? So
I'm not that old to remember that.
Yeah, what year were you born?
I was born in '88, so it was right when it was coming out. So I didn't know.
That was the 1990 movie?
1993, I think, isn't it?
89.
89? Oh, okay, 89.
89.
Was it 89?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 89, 88.
You know who's a big Crow fan? Who I'd love to hear his opinion.
Greg.
But he's not here. Is Greg.
Yeah, Greg. We tag him real quick in the comment section.
Yeah, it's interesting that is a Crow a movie that needed or asked to get remade. I'm gonna say no, but if you are going to, please, for the sake of Odin, make it good. Please
Yeah.
have good writing. Please make it at least those. At least we can say, "Hey, we saw the Crow. Yeah, how was it? You know what? It was fucking
It
pretty good.
wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. It was pretty good, and he's not as douchey looking, or he's not this and that."
Yeah.
And Cody's right. People are expecting when you have something to compare it to.
Yeah.
It sucks because they see this, they're like, "Oh, where's the black outfit, the white face?"
Yep.
Right away, right? It's the first thing they
It's
say.
like with Spider Woman. Why do you see her
Where's
eyes?
right? Where do you see her eyes? And the other thing too is that first thing people say is he looks like Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder if they even talk about that. But once again, I'm not going to judge a fucking movie until I saw. As a matter of fact, I saw Aquaman 2 on Sunday.
I liked it. What do you think?
It wasn't that bad. It was all right. It was all right. It was
That sounds
exactly.
like-
It was exactly what it was. I wasn't expecting. It was better than I thought what it was going to be.
That's good.
It was all right. It's not too bad. But then again, people were. It's one of the highest grossing DCU movies out there, though. Apparently, so.
In a minute, for a while, not like ever, but just because nobody has really wanted to watch any of the DC movies and stuff. So,
But we'll see. The Crow. Let's see. But Cody's right. The soundtrack was the shit. It was probably one of the better soundtracks. Oh my gosh! I mean, I played the living shit out of that CD as well. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Good
I
one.
would touch back just real quick and just say I'm glad that they picked someone who's got some good serious acting chops.
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
absolutely.
Not just anybody can pull off the character. It's that dark, gritty sort of what's the word? I can't think of the sort of the emo thing before emos were emos.
Gothic.
Yeah, goth, grungy.
right?
There's a lot of feeling and a lot of actual story to that, which is what really made it, in my opinion. So I'm glad that there's someone who can actually act in there in the role, not just like a pretty face or somebody who everybody knows.
Yeah, I never saw the second one. I never saw the TV series. I never got into that. I just wanted the first one, and that's it. And it's a shame that Brandon Lee wasn't able to stick around.
I think I'm gonna circle back to what you said. Like nobody asked for this, but we weren't able to actually have a clear trilogy or a continuation of the character because unfortunately some circumstances happen and he
But you
was
got to
able.
understand too the cult following with movies like this, like
Oh
Howard
my
the Duck.
God.
Yeah,
Howard the Duck has a cult following. Like there's
Yep.
just a very
Yep.
specific group of people that you can go to and will buy anything and collect anything Howard the Duck. So
Yeah,
it's the same thing with the Crow.
yeah.
I love Howard the Duck.
Yeah, and it's funny. As a matter of fact, Dal, one of these days we're going to talk about. Well, actually, maybe on the next week's movie show, we'll talk about movies that actually have cult followings
Yeah.
that are not that popular. Not that popular. What's up, Rob? Not that popular, but they are popular because of the cult following.
Little Shop of
Yep.
Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. This movie right here is one of my top 5.
It was a big cult following. He played as Pennywise, like Brian said, and he did a great job.
Yeah, and no one thought that Tim Curry could be replaced
Mhm.
as it, and
Yeah.
this guy is creepy as fuck, right?
The first movie to show duck nudity.
That was one of the first set of movies I ever saw in my life was Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
They show boobs in
That's
that.
what I learned about condoms.
It was a girl duck in the bathtub when they blew through the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? I didn't even.
I was like, ooh, and then we got on VHS and I paused it right there. Blurred out, watch like, ooh.
I have a feeling Efrain paused it for about a minute and a half.
I
maybe
mean,
two.
I'm
Maybe
just
two.
saying,
Duck
maybe
boobs.
duck
2.
boobs.
Yep, duck boobs. Yep, it was
Oh,
fantastic.
there we go. What's up, Babe? We've been waiting for you, brother.
Yeah,
Yep. Can
oh,
y'all,
there
can
he
y'all,
is.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can hear you.
sir.
Okay, my mic isn't too loud or anything, right?
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay, cool.
Ish. This is Cody and Efrain. I guess
What up, Cody?
What's up,
No,
man?
I know Efrain. What up, man?
What up?
Cody
Caesar.
from the comic
Hold,
corner. Yes,
hold
sir.
on, man. So
Yeah.
good to see you, man. So good to see you. So good.
Yes.
So happy to have a good report, man.
Yeah.
So good to see you, bro.
For sure.
I appreciate it, Ish. Yeah, man. It's we're all healthy here. We're moving on and moving forward, and just with the better life and with air in our lungs, and we're doing all right. But I appreciate that, Ish. Really do.
I want to track back to what you said. We're not healthy. we're taking shots, we're taking pills, we're trying to get healthy.
Well,
Yeah, because
I-
a lot of us,
while we're healthy and as in we're still here. You know, what I mean, no one's etching a fucking in my tombstone. So I think
Listen,
we're doing all right.
no one's going live from the ICU
Yeah,
with
no,
IVs and
Well,
I-
when you survive a near death experience, you feel healthy a month later.
mhm.
You know, you feel gracious, you feel lucky, you feel fucking scared as shit. But
Yeah.
it's also like, man, I made it. It didn't get me.
No,
No.
no, you know, I envision. Remember like the movie Ghosts, in those little dark,
Yes.
those little dark shadows coming out of the ground, right? They just looked at me. I said, "Hey, listen, man, give me a break."
Oh, that's a good question. So, would Crow count as a zombie, a vampire, a demon, or a wraith?
Neither.
I think that's what was so captivating about the story is it was unique.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't fit into one of those classifications. At least it didn't to me.
Yeah, no, zombie, he's not right. Vampire, he doesn't necessarily take the blood and all that. Demon, he's not evil. And a wraith, I don't know.
I like Wraith.
Yeah, so Wraith is probably the closest.
That's
if you
probably the
had-
Probably your
closest.
closest, yeah. So Ish, what do you think about this whole Crow thing?
The reboot?
No, yeah, what you see right now.
Yes, the reboot. That's the image.
I mean, he doesn't look at all like the comic character. But I did see somebody say something on Facebook earlier today that I agreed with. I'm probably gonna make a lot of people mad by echoing his sentiments. If he's out there, shout out to Diagia. Listen, it wasn't like people were screaming for the old Crow. Like you don't hear it talked about in like comic circles compared to great comic movies or anything. I'm not saying it was bad, but
right.
like it was forgettable.
I mean,
When's the last time you thought about the Crow until you heard the reboot?
when I saw the Miku's Too Young cover of the Crow, so
I mean, keep it real, right? Like you heard about the reboot and it made you remember and think about the old Crow.
Now I will say,
Not for
when's
me.
the last time I actually saw the Crow?
Mm-hmm.
That's a different question.
It's been a minute, right?
I was a kid.
I was a teenager. I it's been a while. But
Have you thought about seeing it again prior to the announcement of this reboot?
I'm gonna say no, and it's probably gonna be very dated.
But I'll counter this ish. When's the last time you thought about seeing Howard the Duck again?
I actually
It's a
watched
cult
Howard, but hold on, I actually watched Howard the Duck probably during the pandemic. Leah Thompson,
It's a cult following. It's like a very specific set of people who are going to
good
go
point.
for this kind of flick.
That's a good point.
The Crow, Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors is another one. You have that specific set of fans that are going to just be die hard no matter what.
I tell you what, another one that's coming out that's a big cult following is the Toxic Avenger. Who the fuck asked for the Toxic Avenger to be rebooted? Nobody, but it is going to be. And
I'm just not sure about that one.
the
cult
cult
following.
gonna
fans
like
of the
it.
Crow movie. There is a cult fan, but they're also gonna make another Alien movie, or there's another Alien movie coming out this year.
Well,
So
the aliens are different. I mean, you said aliens?
yeah,
Aliens is different because there's like 400 of them. So to me it doesn't ring true as say a Crow or the Howard the Duck.
Right,
I mean,
it's not a reboot.
right, it's not a reboot. Now listen, what do you guys think if they were to reboot Howard the Duck with the technology and the CGI that we have now? Would something like that be laughed at, or would people go in droves because of the cult following?
I think they'd kill it. I think it'd be awful.
yeah, because they'll do the same thing they did with Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean?
Depends on
Sonic
how.
wasn't bad.
I think that we wouldn't be the target demographic for that movie.
Right, I'm
You
with
know what I
Cody
mean?
on that.
Adults, and people, us, I guess. You know, we've got a nice variety of people, and I don't think any of us would be the target demo.
Well, there's a
Howard
couple
the
ways
Duck.
you could do it, right? Because we've seen Howard at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's
right?
true.
Right.
Yep.
There's a couple ways you could do it, right? You could
Right.
go the that teddy bear, Seth MacFarlane teddy bear route, and
Okay.
have this foul mouth, something, in the
Drinking beer and all that shit. Yeah.
in the vein of Deadpool. You could go the Sin City route, but animated,
Okay.
or you could go straight to kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the What If series, he was good. I'm not gonna lie. Howard the Duck in the What If series was good.
Oh, he's in that. I haven't even
I-
seen the What If series yet. So,
But I just
I
wanted to
think
say
Greg nailed it.
about the reboot thing, right? Because somebody said,
Right
does
here.
anyone ever ask for reboots? And I'll keep it real with you. There are movies. I mean, and you probably, some people, I'm speaking to an audience that's a lot. I'm going to show my age. Like, you have great movies that were rebooted into great films. Lord of the Flies, for example, right, is a great. The Fly, right, is a great movie that was rebooted into a great film. But when we're talking about some of these properties, right, we're talking about the greatest era in film and pop culture, right, like 80s, that 80s era into the 90s, right?
Facts.
So when you talk about The Crow and a lot of these movies, most of the people who are going to naysay it are people in their late 40s and early 50s who aren't the target audience anyway.
Right.
And they have a comparison.
Right.
They have a comparison because if it's the new generation, they don't have anything they never knew. They see the movie thinking it's the first time it ever came out.
And that was me. When I saw The Fly,
you thought it was the first time, right?
It was I obviously watched the original at some point, but it didn't matter to me that there was an original because it came out before I was born. And this Fly with Jeff Goldblum is The Fly.
Yeah.
And I saw the original. I'm like, oh, that's great. Same with Lord of the Flies.
What's up, Nick?
What's up?
The Green Lantern is the only thing that needs a reboot.
Wow. Not right now. Not yet. Not yet. I would wait until DC gets their footings correct. Once they can actually show they know what they're doing, then because they don't. They already ruined it once.
Sony to show they know what they're doing.
I'm excited to see Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan or as Guy Gardner. Yeah. So I think if you're going to go the Green Arrow universe route, that could be a really strong way to start it. But before we go too far, I just wanted to touch on. I was going to say the same thing about The Crow and the audience is. I was a teenage kid when that movie came out, and I was grungy, and I was into that dark stuff, and it was kind of before like emo, and it was like real dark and mysterious and different than anything else we'd seen as 80s and 90s kids. So we were that target audience, and it really spoke to me, and I guess Efrain was a similar age group. I don't know if you remember it from your teenage years, but so we were, people in my area or my group or my generation were the target audience, and like you said, now. We're going to hate on. I'm not, but a lot of people my age who had it as they were kids are the new kids are going to feel about it the way we did, and we're going to think about it the way our parents did. Like, oh, that's just some dumb movie that my kid's going to watch. You know what I mean? So it does share the story with a whole new generation.
But something needs to be said for when you really love something, and it's old and it's dated. Like I'm a fanboy, so like. You could take something that I really loved, and if it's old and dated, I'm showing up for the reboot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might show up with a critical eye, but I'm showing up because I really love this. And for me, it's about, for me, my fandom is like, if you know how we are as fanboys, and it's really weird, right? Because when you're a fan of something, you want everybody to be a fan of it. You're trying to expose it to everyone.
Yep.
And get everyone and you absolutely defend it. And like some of these things, listen, my daughter's not going to go back. And she will because she's cultured, but she wouldn't of her own accord just go back and be like, oh, let me watch The Crow. But if she watches this reboot, and I sit down and say, hey, the original, and Bruce Lee's Brandon Lee, the whole thing, she might go back and let me check out the original.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go back and you look at the originals and you're like, how awful was this? What was in my
like?
Have you rewatched The Never-Ending Story as an adult?
I will never. I never saw the original.
I've avoided it.
I don't know why you would rewatch it as an adult.
But I rewatched it as an adult, and I wanted to show my kids. Like, this is one of the things I grew up with.
Yeah,
and I'm rewatching Luck Dragon, and I'm like, oh my god, this dude is a pedophile. He is just awful. And then
the princess made me want to punch my TV every time I watched it as a child. Like her, it was so awful. If she talked one more time.
That's right, man.
I tell you what, years upon years ago, I wanted to show my daughter, and I wanted to show my daughter and my wife at the time. No, actually, I should say the same one. Tron, the first one. So I was all like this. I was like, yeah, Tron. Because when I was a kid, I was fucking
special effects.
I saw it as an adult, and I was like, what the? And I looked at my daughter. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I'm making you watch this crap.
Yeah.
So it was bad.
I felt that way the first time I watched X-Men the animated series. because I didn't grow up on it. I was in a foxhole. So I
So
came back and everyone was like, "Yeah, go watch X-Men. You gotta watch it." Man, I put it on my TV. It doesn't even fill up the screen. Like, I'm like, yo, what's happening here? Like, I can't do this. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
Couldn't
I
do
see
it.
that.
so Red has a good question here. If Brandon Lee didn't die during the filming, would the original movie would have had any hype? Do you think that the death of Brandon Lee actually made this movie better? Like, oh shit, the actor died, and people.
Probably.
I think there's probably a little bit of the morbid in all of us
Dad,
that
what is
saw
wrong
it.
with you?
There's probably a little bit of that morbid
I
in all of
swear
us
you're wrong,
that,
but that's what he meant. So.
that
He's like,
saw
Batman
it.
was good because Heath Ledger died. That's
Hey!
what it,
Hey,
That
Dale, we
was-
got
I'm
Dale, we
just
got
saying.
Greg in the chat. Put that picture back up. See what Greg thinks.
Oh yeah. Hold on, give me a second. Go ahead, Caesar.
So I think there's a piece of that morbid within all of us that people who saw it and went to go back and see it, and they're like, "Oh, that's a scene where he got shot and he was killed." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, and I think that there's a little bit of that, but I think at that time that movie was going to be successful as it was because it was different, and Brandon Lee was his up and coming star, and he's good looking and all that. So I don't think the death really didn't have much to do with it.
I think it definitely added to the hype some because people were like, well, because he was an up and coming star, right? Bruce Lee was still super famous. He had the Bruce
The
Lee
name.
connection and fame, which made
Yeah.
people interested to begin with. And then, this promising actor at the beginning of his career died making this movie that they still produced and didn't replace him. There was definitely buzz generated about it.
See,
Whether that sold more tickets or not, I think it probably did. I don't think that it changed the way we perceived the performance or how much we did or didn't like the movie. But I definitely think it got more people to be like, "Oh, let's go see this movie, the last movie he'll ever make, or whatever." I definitely think it sold more tickets. But as far as the cult following, I don't think it really has anything to do with that.
listen,
I think
listen,
it was
Brandon Lee was a good looking dude, man. I mean, he had that guy, his star was about to explode.
CJ, I think they're good looking.
I think I think it certainly contributed. I think it brought the movie to the attention of people who otherwise wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
And we also got to keep in mind too that it is most likely the most groundbreaking movie at the time of its kind. Not the most groundbreaking movie, but it was, that Donnie Darko Crow, that vein, that was the one that got the most attention as well. And I'm certain that, Brandon Lee's death was national news. It was on TV every day.
Yep. It reminds me of the Jay.
On TV that as much as you do now. It was not a 24-hour news cycle.
But I will say one thing, and Cody made me think that I wonder what the people who did see the original Fly, if they were, once they saw the reboot of the Jeff Goldblum, what were their thoughts, right, of a reboot of an original? The same how we think when we see a reboot of an original going, I don't know, they didn't do it right, the writing wasn't that great. The only good thing about it is that the CGI now and the special effects will be a lot better. But if you watch The Crow, they didn't have to do too much green screens. It was all physical
Practical effects.
effect. It was basic effects. Let's see what happens. Right?
We're getting that right now with Avatar. So
when is this ship supposed to come out? Anyways, when is this Crow?
I think at the end of the year.
Yeah, Greg would know. Greg, if you're still here, drop when is the
Total
ship?
Recall reboot?
Yeah.
With Arnold's son this time.
They did the reboot.
No, they did a reboot with Colin.
Yeah, it's already been
Oh,
done.
did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was not good.
June of this year.
June.
Terrible.
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell. Yeah,
Yeah.
Colin Farrell played it, and
Oh, that's right.
nobody.
I could stand by the Judge Dredd remake. That one was okay.
Oh no, I'm in.
I like both. I like Sly and Carl Urban. I like both of them as Dredd.
Carl Urban for me
The
is
problem with the Judge Dredd remake for me was it was the Raid.
Oh,
They literally
yeah.
just took the plot of the Raid and said,
Yes,
let's
it
just
did.
let's put a Judge Dredd wallpaper over it.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Cracker Crow for the loss, Brandon. So before we go to the bracket, I have one more topic I wanted to bring up to y'all, and then we'll see your what y'all think of this. This is a rumor.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This
no.
one.
I personally think it's a waste of his physique.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a big dude, and to put
Gotta
him
be
as
Captain Britain.
Cyclops,
It's like Jim Lee Cyclops.
He's got to be Captain Britain.
Yeah, he's a little too.
Yeah,
I
was in on the Captain Britain cast.
Yeah,
I think Captain Britain a bigger part of the universe.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, and he wouldn't make a good Doom because this guy makes his living from his face, and he's going to be covered with this mask 90% of the time. That doesn't work. He's too built for Cyclops.
Yeah,
Captain Britain for me, unless he's Sentry or something like that.
Hyperion.
Someone keeps. I think. Hyperion.
How's he
I
don't recharge his fist if he's Cyclops? Yeah.
So there's a reason they call Cyclops slim. I'm just gonna say that. Secondly, I'm an X-Men guy, and I said to someone in a comment when they posted this, I said that I was hoping I don't even want Cyclops in the movie, let alone Henry Cavill as and I'm an X-Men guy. I can't stand the Cyclops character at all. But Henry Cavill, his version of it's like Jim Lee when he draws X-Men. I know y'all gonna get mad. But every Jim Lee character is built like Superman, and I just see Cyclops. No, I can't see it.
Yeah,
I'm out on it.
I don't think so too. And I think this is exactly what it is. It's going to be a rumor. So.
That would make a great Superman. Nick, yes, they're having a sale on Saturday. I think it's on IG.
Going live on Instagram.
Henry Cavill guy would make a great Superman. Funny, Greg.
Yeah, I like him. I loved him as Superman. That to me is
he was perfect casting.
He was a perfect casting for Superman. It's a shame, but hey,
he's Marvel Superman.
The new guy's getting really big. They got all these before and after pictures of the new guy playing Superman.
Hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the no name, and as long as he's built, as long as he's built for the character, and not some scrawny ass fucker, I don't want that shit.
What's up, Spectral Comics? I see you in the comment section there. All right, sorry. It was a quick little thing because I knew it was a controversial topic. It's crazy how he went from DC to Marvel. So
that's what happens when DC gives you the boot.
If he actually went to Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I still say this is the thing. Let's just say before we go to the bracket, let's just say if he does Captain Marvel, it's strictly a cameo or supporting role because a Captain Marvel movie alone, I don't think would make it very well here in the States.
Captain Britain.
I'm sorry, Captain Britain. Yeah, it wouldn't make. I mean, in Europe, it'd be a big smash. But what's up, Brian? But if it's here in the States, no one's asking for Captain Britain. He would have to be a supporting character.
No one's asking for him in comics.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does tie in, the mutant side of the thing with his twin sister being Psylocke. You know what I mean? That definitely, if they follow that continuity at all, then that definitely, further.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Psylocke is Captain Britain's
twin brother,
twin sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Captain Britain is Brian Braddock, and Psylocke is Elizabeth Braddock.
Well, look at that. See, this is what happens to fuckers who don't read, and that's why you're on this bracket challenge.
See, this is why I told you I was going to lose a bracket challenge.
Yeah,
we got Ish in it, so I'm done.
Ish has got me on the X-Men lore. I couldn't. My X-Men lore goes as far as the animated series that was on a square television ratio.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Square television with
4-3. The 4-3.
Yes, Red. Yes, Red. We're not talking about Quanon. Actually, the British purple hair British Psylocke.
Okay. Now you got me. All right.
She actually is currently Captain Britain.
Okay. You fucking nerd. Fucking Ish, man. Every single time Ish comes on, man, he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah, he doesn't read. And we told him when he was in his deathbed, hey, before you die, read a book. He was like, nah.
Buy a couple omnibuses and read some shit, Caesar.
When I was on my deathbed, Jesus.
I'm gonna start a podcast with Caesar just called C's Reads, and we're just gonna talk about comics that he reads every week. Just to make him read some shit.
I'm gonna have
you could do a Monday night book club.
So the first one, we messed up. We're just trying it out, but we can still choose which one we prefer. So it's going to be Joker versus Sinestro. On that one, who do y'all have?
Sinestro?
Sinestro.
Okay, I know it might be. I still need to ask these questions because somebody might have a good reason why he's Joker. In the comment section, if you want to see that too, we'll cover next year. Everybody's Sinestro, right? Pretty much.
Well, I mean, or someone's going to say, well, Joker, if you give him time to plan.
I mean,
plan what? His funeral?
Yeah, even then, Sinestro's too super powered for Joker's lack of any.
Joker's like
Joker's superpower is chaos. You know,
Joker's he's got green hair.
Thanks for straight agreed. All right, so this is the first one that we can actually have a conversation over. So we have Darkseid versus Magneto, and I'm gonna go in order. I'm gonna move y'all around. We're gonna go with Caesar because Caesar usually tries to cheat, and just copies everybody's responses. So we're gonna go from Caesar, Efrain, Ish, Cody, and I'll be last.
All
So
right.
guys,
All right. All right.
in the comment section too, we'll go by numbers and majority wins. Darkseid versus Magneto. Who do you all have and why?
Well, first I want to ask Ish: is it Darkseid or Darkseid?
Darkseid.
Okay.
Darkseid.
So
All right.
fuck you, Caesar.
All right. So I was hoping I was okay. I would say I would go with Darkseid.
Okay, why is that?
Because if that fucker doesn't have any metal on him, and he has his little gamma rays and all that shit, omega beams, I think, and plus he's stronger than shit. And Magneto's not strong without his helmet. He's fucked up. So I think Darkseid's the way to go.
All right, good point. How about we're gonna go with Efrain. Who do you pick?
95% of the time, I think it's going to be Darkseid. If we have some kind of environmental factor that's going to favor Magneto with some junkyard with metal that he can start manipulating stuff and everything, then maybe he's got a chance.
I think Darkseid's too smart to fight in the junkyard.
I go with Walmart.
Maybe, but that's about it.
Okay, Darkseid. Look at that.
How about you, Ish?
So
I
don't know what Caesar's talking about.
Oh, son of a bitch!
You gotta read the book, bro.
I should have never.
Magneto is ridiculously OP, helmet or not.
I should not have
helmet or
invited
not.
you.
He's
I
OP.
should not invited you.
He's omega level. That having been said, I have to go with Efrain. 95% of the time, it's Darkseid. He's a god. He's way too OP for Magneto. That 5% is based upon Magneto's motivation.
Okay, so you're going Darkseid.
He's fighting for all mutant kind. He might pull off something, but it's Darkseid.
Motivation and opportunity.
Wow. Me and
I'll go with Walmart Thanos.
I know, read fucking Red's response. Go ahead, Cody. What do you do?
I just want to clarify. Magneto's power has nothing to do with his helmet. His helmet is purely.
Oh no, that's right. His helmet prevents
the thoughts. It's from Professor X.
I saw the look on your face when he said it, Cody. I was like, "Yo,
you're right. You're right."
Sorry, open a book.
If you were at least watch animation,
I wasn't going to throw him under the bus like that, though.
Have you not seen Reading Rainbow, you son of a bitch?
Listen. I retract my stupidity. You're right. It's to prevent.
No, you can't retract that. You can retract your statement.
Right now.
And another nerd note: most blood has metal in it.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go with mine.
He's Omega. I mean, he's a god, so who knows what kind of blood he has in him.
Magneto is Omega level mutant, right? He can manipulate even the tiniest amount of metal in the environment within your own body. You know, so if we feed Darkseid a nice steak dinner before the fight, maybe Magneto has a minor upper hand. I think it'd be a hell of a match, but Darkseid is immortal. Like, that's one of his defining characteristics. So even if Magneto gets the upper hand, I suppose he could win an occasional battle. But like I say, it's not. I'd even give him more than 5%, maybe 90-10%. But it would be a good fight. Magneto wouldn't fall. He wouldn't be no bitch, but he would ultimately lose to Darkseid. Yeah.
But I want to clarify who was I thinking about? Juggernaut?
Probably.
Yeah. Probably not, right? Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Maybe even Vision. Who knows?
Please correct me on that. Juggernaut's like the bands are what gets him his power, right?
Isn't his also his
it's a gem.
Power. Yeah, it's a gem. It's like an old power.
It's a god, Satorak.
So his honor is to I forget Juggernaut. You got me on that one.
He's the Hulk. If the Hulk,
I know his powers, but like perpetual motion, but the helmet, does it have any specific thing, or is it just
psychic attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So same.
Okay, same. So what the fuck do I know?
This one's an easy one. It's gonna be Harley Quinn versus.
Wait a minute. Wait, Del, who did you pick?
Darkseid. I mean, it was obvious. I mean,
it was Darkseid across. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move everybody around real quick. I don't honestly. Do we need to do this one? We just go with Juggernaut, right?
I go Harley Quinn.
What?
I got Harley Quinn.
We got to vote it.
Oh, okay. Let's do this. We'll go each first. Let's see your fucking reasoning behind this.
Because she's a brilliant psychologist, and half the times Juggernaut doesn't even want to fight, and she'd be attracted to him, similar to Dazzler, and he probably wouldn't even want to fight her. He'd probably just end up talking to her because she'd probably have a conversation with him, and he'd be more interested in that. And I'm being legit. Like we're talking. Harley Quinn is still a brilliant psychologist,
Absolutely,
like a brilliant psychologist, and she probably wouldn't have to fight him because he's not just this evil person who just wants to beat up everyone. He usually has a reason for doing it.
Ish, we're not talking about scenario. We're talking about they're gonna fight. This is the
Oh,
bracket
no matter
where
what, they're gonna fight. Period.
No matter
There's
what,
no ifs, ands, or buts.
There's no
fight.
But
in a
why
fight,
isn't one of her weapons her brain?
Yeah, it is.
It could be. I'm not saying her brain is not a weapon. I'm just saying they're gonna fight. So you can go ahead and think of a different scenario.
All right. Then I mean, if they have to fight, as in use fists, I mean, it's
no, but I think the whole bracket technically.
It's not your turn, Caesar.
I think you're using everything. I think you're using all of it.
Well, then, if that's the case, I don't think they. I think their fight would be an argument, and she would win that because I think she would. She's not going to go. She's not going to throw punches with him.
Right.
Okay, we'll go with that. Whatever you want to pick, we're going to be by majority vote, guys. Who do y'all got? Juggernaut, Harley Quinn, but we're going to continue on. So you got Harley Quinn, right, Ish? Efrain, who do you got?
I got Harley. She drops her top, Juggernaut's done.
Her two brains.
I mean, she's too smart for him. She'll outsmart him. She'll outwit him. She'll do something, and she needs to.
Yes, you saw Nick, right?
He's like an object in motion remains in motion.
What's up, my brother? What's up, Mark? All right, we'll continue from there. So you got Harley. We got two Harleys. We got a couple of juggies in the comment section. Let me see. Oh my God, he spit her butthole. Juggernaut by a mile. Cody, what do you say, Cody?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but I agree with Ish on that one too. Juggernaut's weakness is his emotional status or his emotional state. I mean, and Harley being that psychologist, she taps into that. He's vulnerable in ways where she's strong, and it wouldn't get to that physical place. Like she could, if you wanted to write out the script, she could dodge an attack when he takes down the building she was just coming out of from her fresh nails or whatever, and then she gets his attention and they talk and whatever. But like I definitely think that her strength is strong enough to match with his weakness to diffuse the situation, thus giving her the upper hand.
I mean, she talks Batman out of beating her up.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Batman doesn't even beat her
like
up.
if they're standing in one place and punching each other, yeah, obviously Juggernaut's going to crush her, but that's not a situation that would happen in a confrontation between the two. I think she finds a way to weasel herself around and manipulate him.
Go ahead, Caesar. What do you say after those three guys? Go for Harley Quinn. What do you say?
Caesar's gonna be like, well, I've been reading Harley Quinn for years now.
I've seen her on 64 different covers.
That's Harley Quinn.
Never had a medical book in any of them.
I'm gonna quote Brandon Corey and say, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," because one hit from him, if he even gets tired of her fucking mouth, she's done. So I'm gonna go Juggy.
I mean, he just has to sneeze.
Yeah.
So right now it looks like it's 5-4 in favor of Harley.
What do you
And
say?
like this Comic Menu podcast came on, it was whack. Everybody said Harley Quinn could beat Juggernaut. Like they're not credible.
I'm going for Juggy 100%.
Okay. Good.
Just because say they are in the whole fighting thing, and he's just going full force. He rarely stops like that, right? So if she's in front of him, he's gonna run her over, not knowing who it is. One hit by accident or whatever, she's out. No talking involved at all.
That's right.
Just because she hears a voice doesn't mean he's immediately gonna stop. Even with the tits, he's not focused. When he's in full rage, he's gonna go. So for me, it's going to be 5 versus 5 right now, guys. So I need one more person in the comment section to either tell us Juggernaut or Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Because right now we're 50-50.
Yeah.
Mark, if you're still here.
One person. The next person.
To break this tie. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, guys. You have to hear my accent again? Come on. Is that what you need?
What accent are you talking about?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh, that's horrible. The worst CGI I've ever heard.
Professor X psychology is the Juggernaut all the time.
Hey, that doesn't count.
Like
By
all
the
the
way,
time.
Cody's over here.
Cody's over here putting in his comment. That doesn't count, fool.
No, I was replying to Murph. He said, "So why would Harley? If Professor X can't psychologist way out of it, why would Harley be able to?"
Professor X does psychology Juggernaut all the time. Juggernaut's never put his hands on him.
That's because well, whatever.
Why? Because what? What are you?
Because they write it. Because they write it.
I just read last night that
that's a lie.
You assholes. Listen, you guys have a chance right now to change your mind and choose Juggernaut. No?
Yeah, you have a chance to change your thing to Harley. So
well, I mean, for the sake of this,
they're brothers. Okay, Samuel, you haven't voted. Who do you think, Samuel? Is it going to be Juggy or is it going to be Harley? Like, versus Juggernaut or the Juggies?
Yeah, come on, Samuel.
This one is fun.
Is it going to be Jugs or is it going to be Jugs?
Jugs for the win.
Jugs against Jugs.
Comic with these two facing off.
Step brothers, yeah.
Samuel, don't leave us hanging. All right,
Juggernaut. There we go. Yeah, no more arguing here. Good. All right, okay. Then we got Venom and Dr. Freeze. Let me move everybody around again. Efrain will go first. Ish will go third, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'll move myself up so I can. And this will be end because I know Ish is going to explain real thoroughly. So, Efrain, who do you got between these two? Venom versus Dr. Freeze. We got one Venom already.
Venom.
Okay.
Venom.
That was pretty easy for you to say. How about you, Cody? Venom here.
I was gonna say Venom, but then if you think about Victor Freeze, if he freezes the symbiote, does it have a similar effect as fire does on the symbiote?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. You know what I mean? Do the ice powers disable Venom's powers? That's a tough one. I don't know what the symbiote would do with the cold.
Well, you can't pussyfoot. You got to give an answer.
I mean, look, Cody, they come from outer space. If they come from outer space, it's cold up there already, so they're surviving.
That's true. That's true. All right, that pushes me over. I'll say Venom for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Brandon said too. I'm going with Venom as well. Same reasoning, just because he can survive. He had the symbiote adapts to everything. I think his only weakness was fire. I haven't seen or read anything that where he's frozen and he couldn't move again. So
me neither. It made me think because I thought, well, I don't know, maybe if the enemy ooze gets frozen up with some freeze, then maybe it could. But yeah, no, that makes sense.
Ooze? Are you talking about the Power Rangers now? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Mr. Freeze, Dr. Freeze, because
you're just trying to be different.
No, you asshole. The thing is that he's a doctor, so he's smarter than shit, and he will eventually devise a way and a plan to contain Venom and even use the cold. So I'm gonna go with Dr. Freeze.
I'm not to be a dick. He can't even devise a way to cure his wife, so he's not that smart.
I mean, and he's not going to get the temperatures down to the space temperatures. So
yeah.
All right, yes. Go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, that Venom. So I think Venom. But if we're talking Dylan Brock Venom, I think Mr. Freeze wins.
Anyone
Eddie Brock Venom, he's King in Black. It's a wrap. So I'm gonna say Venom, and easily.
All right. Okay. All right. So Venom.
And we haven't. That was pretty easy, honestly. We had no I was surprised Harley and Jugger were so close. So we go with Venom on this one.
I blame.
All right, this one should be easy. And if I hear some reason that fucking Penguin should win, I'm literally gonna just give this shit up because there is no way.
Well, I don't know. Is it Thanos without the stones, or is it?
I feel challenged. Let me try to figure out.
All right, you can start off.
Enough argument.
Okay, Ish, you got it. So you're gonna start off. Penguin versus Thanos. Okay. I was expecting something else.
It's over.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, friend. Umbrella.
Flip.
That was umbrellas, though.
All right, wait. So who's it? Efrain, what'd you say? Thanos?
Thanos with the flick. With the flick of the wrist. Doesn't even need to snap with no jewels.
Oh man. You know what? I got to tell you guys, the umbrella does sound good, but I would have to agree with these fucking nerds above me that Thanos would have to be the guy. Yeah.
Mary Poppins, yo.
Because my man Caesar saw that movie.
That one movie. I'm gonna
He
go
saw Mary
with
Poppins too.
Thanos as well because he has gone toe to toe with some of the strongest Avengers without the gauntlet, and he just shoots shit through with his umbrella. He has his penguin do most of the heavy lifting. He, yeah, it's pretty easy for me to tell. So, what do you say, Cody?
I like Samuel's comment of Duckmobile versus the Thanos copter.
To think there's a Thanos copter is fucking
Yes, and just to give a little nod, the tip of the hat to Mr. Sapienza is the penguin could definitely split some buttholes if he did the umbrella trick right.
funny. Wow.
Oh,
But I just wanted to say split buttholes out loud. I definitely vote Thanos.
You fucking need Jesus, man.
all right. We have a majority vote again. Thanos, that was an easy one as well. Okay, Loki.
Now that's
versus
a good one.
That it is a good one. I'm gonna move everybody around. I'm gonna have Ish towards the middle. I'm actually gonna have Cody started off because he was interested. Caesar, you're going second, and your Efrain's gonna go last. All right, so go ahead, Cody. Start it off.
Man, so God of Chaos versus Alien Intelligence, super intelligence. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. You think about like what I've seen them do and the resources they both have had to draw on. I don't know. I think it would come down to who's more clever, Brainiac or Loki, and that's tough. But I think in the end, eventually, it would be Brainiac. He can just see too many moves ahead. I think Loki would see like 4,632,000, and Brainiac would see that extra 2 or 3. So again, I think it'd be fun to see that play out, but Brainiac takes it in the end.
Okay, we got Brainiac for number one, guys. What do y'all see in the comment section? And Caesar, what do you think, Caesar?
I think Brainiac is too smart, and a lot of times Loki he moves forward with his heart because he either gets too angry or he gets too impulsive. So I'm gonna go with Brainiac. He's too calculated. So I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. How about Asgard in the bottle? How about you, Ish?
Brainiac.
Well,
and because when
Right,
I just look at one, I think Loki would run away. But
because he knows he would lose.
Yeah,
if we're comparing their nemesises, right? Their nemesi, or however you want to say
Thor
that.
and Superman.
Thor
That's what I
and
was
Superman.
thinking.
Brainiac is like giving Superman the business on a regular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Loki is not giving Thor the business on a regular.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but Brainiac is really making life really hard for Superman.
And for the whole Justice League too.
For all of them. Justice League trumps the Avengers like 10-1.
Absolutely.
Justice League are God mode compared to your Avengers.
Wait, what multiverse?
What are you doing, dog?
Brainiac, no question. Hey, thank you, Bastard Network. Yeah, so far we have everybody with the Brainiac. I'm gonna go the same. I was going the same route. I'm comparing Thor and Superman. Brainiac is he is there. He can clearly he stopped Superman before he's overcome Superman. Thor gives his brother a chance a lot of times. He doesn't go all out.
Thor doesn't want to hurt him.
Pretty much. So Brainiac, and then he's probably researched magic, right? What he's done, so he has other ways to go and counter what he's doing. So Brainiac, 100%. How about you, your friend? You're the last one.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in this because I'm gonna use current state Loki that's going through all the different timelines and trying to figure shit out as he goes and figures it out on the one timeline that works for him. And I'm gonna go with that specific Loki.
Okay. So we have that would be a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that would be a good. But we go with majority guys. So Brainiac gets this one.
I like that angle on it though.
That was a good angle, because that's one of the stronger Lokis that we know.
Mhm.
So this is another good one. Efrain's gonna start off this one. We're gonna go Cody second. We're gonna go Ish fourth, and then Caesar last. Where am I at? No.
I started first before already. You haven't started yet. Why don't you start?
Okay, I'll start. With this one, I would say Ultron, just because of the technology wise. Yeah, this is one of the first mutants, but if we go by the movie, he's very stoppable. It was harder for them to stop Ultron with all the Avengers and with Wanda, and well, Wanda towards the end, right? And Quicksilver, they had all of them. It was easier for them to take down Apocalypse. Mm, I'm going Ultron 100%. How about you, Caesar?
I'm gonna go with Thanos. That's not Thanos. I'm gonna go with that guy, Apocalypse. I'm gonna go with Apocalypse. That
I
fucker
just said
moves.
his name.
He's strong as shit, and I don't think Ultron would have has ever. I don't know, man. Fucking is just gonna correct my ass, but I don't know if Ultron's faced someone quite like Apocalypse in that way. So I'm gonna go with Apocalypse.
Makes sense, Brandon. All right, then what's up? What does Cody say?
For me, the question comes down to Ultron has so many copies, the robots and drones and like even in like Battle World Ultron, they're like the policing power force that controls all the various universes that have been combined. Ultron's got a lot to it. Apocalypse is I'm not as familiar with Apocalypse's powers, right? There's some sort of like energy manipulation or some shit, and I know he's old and another immortal, right? Immortal. So then you've got like artificial intelligence versus immortal godlike being.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. I think initially I was going to say Apocalypse just because of pure power and immortal being status, but Apocalypse could crush one Ultron at a time for a long time, and Ultron could just keep copying and moving himself over and never actually be
victorious.
Yeah, right. I think he would just either sleeper himself again somewhere and come back later, or whatever. I feel like the calculation powers of Ultron would in the end he would not be defeated. So Ultron for sure.
Okay, so we got another one for Ultron. How about you, Ish?
Apocalypse. Easily. Too.
Easily.
Ultron's a program. Yeah, there's a Marvel comic that came out a couple years ago recently. Apocalypse ended up being the main villain behind it. It was, I forget what it was called. It was not even an X-Men book. And Marvel declared that Apocalypse, Mephisto, Loki, a couple others, these were like the biggest threats currently operating on Earth. Apocalypse is immortal. He's a High Lord. He has tons of copies of himself, and he has access to celestial technology, which is far superior to any technology that Ultron has access to. He actually has never lost to the X-Men. He just leaves. Like Apocalypse.
He's a quitter.
Super powerful.
He's a quitter.
Ridiculously powerful. He can pretty much do anything he wants. Be as strong as a Hulk. Be as big as the Watcher. He can do all of that because he has celestial technology that allows him. People don't even know what his mutant power is.
Right.
So,
you know what I mean?
Why would he leave? Because he's annoyed. He's like, there's nothing further.
Because for him, it's about survival of the fittest. And if he feels that they have proven themselves worthy, he leaves.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
There is an instance where they've just beaten him in a comic book, where they actually just beat Apocalypse and you handcuff him and there's no instance.
Okay, you don't think Ultron would just go after him and he wouldn't get annoyed enough to like, fuck this guy, I want to leave out here, because he's never gonna stop. You know, just being endlessly hit and bothered by Ultron. You don't think that would annoy him enough to leave?
I like that. I just think Apocalypse is just more powerful. Ultimately, Ultron is a program, right?
Yeah,
more than he is
he's an AI. Yeah,
because quitting is losing, technically.
I just think if it came down to power level, real power, just power versus power, Apocalypse just has more of it.
All right.
He's like, think about it. Mr. Sinister is who he is because Apocalypse gave him his power. He made Mr. Sinister Mr. Sinister. He made Exodus. Like, he's made some of the most powerful beings in the X universe just because I'm just gonna give you power and make you who you are.
Fucking Ish, man, you're a nerd like you know.
So,
But you know what's
doesn't Apocalypse have like an ego?
Say again?
Doesn't Apocalypse have an ego?
Well,
I think he does. Yes.
yeah.
See, my thing is, you have a bunch of Sentinels coming down, and he gets bored, and he just doesn't want to deal with it and leaves. And I mean, when it comes down to pure power, I gotta agree with Ish. But in a fight where Ultron is just replicating and setting Sentinels, and then you have a massive army against Apocalypse, and he's just Hulk smashing all these things, and he gets bored, and he just doesn't want to do it anymore, and he leaves. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm done. I don't want to deal with you. I'm leaving."
That's
So
a really good point.
Defers the battle.
So what are you saying,
So-
Efrain?
That,
He's saying Apocalypse.
I mean, my gut tells me if we're in a street fight that Ultron's going to win. But if we're in a cage fight with regulated rules, Apocalypse is going to win all day.
You guys
So-
think your fucking rules are fucking funny. Man.
It matters. It matters.
If he fights,
does.
It matters.
if he fights in a garbage can,
It matters. All right.
I,
I'm gonna go with Ultron out of boredom.
Efrain, I thought you were gonna say Dr. Afra at first. So
Yes. Oh,
So
yes.
Ultron wins
Battle
this
droids.
battle, just because of overwhelming majority vote. Ish made a great point. Fortunately, the eyes have it.
The
oh,
eyes
so
have it.
so Ultron.
Ish also knows more about Apocalypse than any of us combined.
I tell you
True.
what,
Facts.
I was reading about him last night, and I agree with this.
Anyways, so let's move people around again.
Somebody
We're
made a
gonna go.
Facebook post about it, Caesar.
I'm gonna write a thesis on it.
This
one
one
should be
shouldn't even be
easy.
close.
I know, but for some reason,
I know,
Ish
right?
always
I'm
fucking
all the
comes
way.
out of some shit. All right, so
Listen,
Ish
I
is
only
first.
pulled Harley Quinn out. That was it. I've been agreeing with everybody. I'm with y'all.
Okay,
I know
okay. How
we're all
about this
voting
one?
for Green Goblin on this one.
So, are you saying Green Goblin or you saying Hulk?
Me? Oh, I'm first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
first.
first.
you're on
Yeah,
the list.
Hulk.
Okay.
Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
All day.
Red Hulk. Yeah, friend, you too.
All day. Yeah.
Caesar.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that
Not
Norman
even close.
Osborn Green Goblin?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I just forgot about that. Oscorp. I gotta go. I gotta go Oscorp. I'm sorry.
See,
I'm
Or
still.
the
I'm
Goblin.
singing Red Hulk.
see, I because I wasn't thinking about that, but because Ish brought that Ish up, I'm gonna fucking say the Green Goblin because he has Oscorp technology that will fuck up Red Hulk.
He's got the Dark Avengers. He's got like all these.
He will do
This
it.
is a one-on-one fight. We're not tag teaming.
Okay,
here.
one-on-one fight. It's Red Hulk.
You know what? I also said Red Hulk.
Y'all are some bullies, man.
I'm going Red Hulk as well. Cody.
I forgot one-on-one fight. Okay.
Red Hulk, yeah. All day long. Buttholes will be split.
Yeah, but
We're not doing this Batman prep time thing, right?
No,
No, we're not.
No,
We're not.
we can't
With all the time and all the money.
So we have Sinestro versus Darkseid.
Ooh.
Who do y'all got on this one? And we're gonna continue with the
Isn't
with the
Darkseid
lineup
on the other side? Oh no, we're not going to the
We're
other
still-
side. We're going
Not yet, yeah.
Not yet.
Oh,
okay.
you do one whole half and then the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the toughest one.
It should be like one of the more later in the.
That's a tough one, yeah.
So I'll just go first because I'm going to go with basic. I'm going with Darkseid. He is a god, immortal. Sinestro, he's been beaten by Green Lantern. Fucking Darkseid's beaten the whole fucking Justice League by himself. So I'm gonna go with Darkseid 100%. So we're gonna go for me to Efrain. Who do you pick?
Well, if they're in a ring
Exactly.
and there's 3 minutes,
So if we have a 5-minute bracket
yeah.
with 3 minutes left and no timeouts,
Yeah, you asshole.
I'm going with Sinestro.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay, I
think-
respect that. We got 1, 2, 3, and me 4 for Darkseid. He is fierce. Sinestro just uses it exactly.
I'm
Thank you very
gonna
much.
go
man.
Sinestro 62% of the time.
62% of the time, he wins 100% of the time.
Goddamn right.
Works every time.
Works every time.
I tell you
Giggity,
what, I as much as I love my homeboy Efrain, he's fucking kooky. So Dark Side all the way here. He's too
Okay.
strong. He's huge. Yeah, he's too powerful.
How about you, Ish?
So the reason why this is tough for me is because there are elements in the DC universe. Most of those characters are OP. Sinestro on any given day can beat every hero on Earth, including Superman, and he can. And I know he's lost to the Green Lanterns, but he's beaten them all and done so handily. Superman has also beaten Darkseid. I'm going with Darkseid, but it's tough because Sinestro could. There is a percentage that Sinestro could pull it off. I mean, those Lantern abilities give them the ability to do pretty much anything they can think of with the proper motivation, his being fear. I'm going Darkseid, but there is a strong case. Sinestro can arguably beat any hero or villain on any given day.
Yeah.
All right, we got that. And how about you, Cody?
I'm leaning Darkseid. The only caveat I'll put in there is that if Sinestro is fueled by his fear, then when he's confronted with the power of Darkseid, and he's about to get his nard smashed, then does he get a boost of fear from knowing he's about to eat it, and that in turn gives him an extra boost of power, which then tips the scales in his favor, or does it just drag out the fight? I say Darkseid, but that is an interesting thing to consider. Is if he's fueled by fear, then his fear of losing or dying or whatever, being defeated and not being able to fulfill his mission that he was afraid of, something taking over the galaxy, whatever. I don't know all of his motivations, but I feel like eventually Darkseid still just keeps one-upping him. But it'd be interesting to see them sort of one-up each other and one-up each other and one-up each other. And ultimately, I think
what's interesting about that, right, is does Darkseid, because Darkseid certainly encapsulates fear.
Yeah.
And while Sinestro isn't feared by his own fear, he is fueled by fear.
Right.
Does Darkseid's very presence
it's different
provide the source for Sinestro to overpower him?
That's
because Darkseid he projects fear. He gives he makes people fear him,
and that's all Sinestro needs.
That could make for an interesting
but that's a different type of. But that means that Sinestro will be fearful of him. So in a sense, he uses his own fear.
Sinestro just needs fear.
Yeah, but does he use his own fear?
Yeah, but he's also driven by his own fear.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still going Darkseid.
That's interesting. That would make a really interesting story to see played out.
Darkseid for sure, but it really is interesting.
Well, subscribe to my newsletter. I'll tell you guys all about it.
Oh, fuck this
He's gonna read one comic from
1963. I'm gonna read a comic from 1963. Where's that one? The first appearance.
So the next one is gonna be Juggernaut versus Venom. Let's move the people around real quick. We had him first already. Caesar's gonna go first.
Oh yeah, so I don't cheat. I'm gonna say Thanos. Because
good call.
Because he wears the helmet. I think in this case, I think I would have to go with Venom. He's too oily. I think he's too much. I don't think Juggernaut stands a chance with this one.
Okay, so you got Venom. How about you, friend?
Juggernaut doesn't stand a chance here. Venom will take him out. Venom can easily neutralize his power. Venom can easily take over if he wants. Can Venomize Juggernaut? Can we see that one? That'd be an interesting episode. So Venom all the way.
How about you, Cody?
Yeah, Venom all the way. I was sitting here trying to find a way to give Juggernaut a chance, but
I'm blocking everybody.
Like even if he power slams Venom and kills Eddie Brock, the symbiote survives and can infect Juggernaut, right? Or would his gem protect him from the symbiote infection? I don't know. I think
that's a good point.
That Venom is going to win in the end. Maybe Eddie Brock could be defeated as the character Venom, but the Venom symbiote would win in the end either way.
It's interesting, right? Because I hear people say he doesn't stand a chance, and all I hear is remove Juggernaut, insert Hulk. And it's like saying the Hulk doesn't stand a chance against Venom, because that's essentially who Juggernaut is. Like, essentially, Juggernaut is the Hulk. and the Hulk will smash Venom, and Juggernaut will smash Venom. He's smashing him. The symbiote would be in pain. He
So
just rip it up and just throw it around.
So question is, does he get stronger as he goes?
Juggernaut?
Like, yeah.
No.
So he's at that power, and that's it. He stays at that power, right?
Yes, Juggernaut, but his power
So-
is Hulk level.
But the Hulk, you can't say that because Hulk gets stronger. He does not. Yeah, maybe Venom and Hulk at their base are strong at even pace, but Hulk gets stronger.
Okay, so Venom is nowhere near Hulk strength level. Not even close. We're talking like 10 tons to class 100, right?
So he can't get into his head?
Say again?
He can't get into his head?
I don't know what you mean.
Fuck with his mind.
Venom?
Yeah.
Venom doesn't do that.
No, but if he does, he kind of Venom would actually make Juggernaut hear himself, right? Wouldn't he kind of like hear an extra voice? Wouldn't he kind of be
If
in
like
his...
if he venomized him or something,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If he attached to his DNA and
right.
But ultimately, just my opinion, Juggernaut. I don't think Venom can beat the Hulk, so I don't think Venom can beat Juggernaut.
Okay, all right, fair enough. What do you say there, Cody?
No, well, Cody already said.
No.
What he said.
Oh, Cody's
He
up
said
there.
Venom.
Oh, you said Venom.
I'm the
We're
last
going,
one.
we're going down the line.
I see.
Did your vision go out too? Or what? I mean,
You
I
know
thought
what,
it was me.
you assholes? Well, it's just the issues, the nerdism is just getting to me.
Because now he makes a point, honestly. So
I just like seeing it's way sad to side.
mm,
What do you think?
There's only two I disagree. The Juggernaut one was, I feel like blocking people.
But you've motivated Dell now, so let's see what Dell has
no,
to say.
but I know more about Venom than I do about Juggernaut. So that's the thing too. I just know basic Juggernaut information.
Yeah.
And I think that Venom would be able to use his force against him because Hulk is I think he's a better fighter than Jug. Yeah, he might be a powerful, but I guess this would be a bad comparison. I think Jug is like a tank, right? And you have fucking Hulk is like an Apache helicopter where he can move around, jump around, and do all this other shit. And
Do you
he's
remember
fucking,
when Juggernaut beat Thor? Do you remember when he beat Hyperion?
Oh, I read that one.
I don't know about Hyperion, but I think I know about Thor. But that's him going toe to toe with like brute force. I don't think Venom would use brute force. He would make shapeshift, use different things so he can get the W. Some way or another, he's gonna maybe open up his body where he has his fist going through him and then grab him, throw him around. Do different shit. He's a shapeshifter. You know what I mean? So I'm going with Venom as well on this one.
Yep.
I want to interject here. I think a lot of our knowledge of Juggernaut and his powers and abilities are based off the X-Men cartoon where he's just sort of a big battering ram. Yeah. So that version of Juggernaut's the Juggernaut I think of when I think of Juggernaut. Yes, he's very strong. Yes, he can destroy anything. Once he gets moving, he doesn't stop. But there's not a whole lot more to him based on my experience and the few comics I've read with him in it sort of reinforce that same idea. So Ish, you obviously read a lot more Juggernaut-based stories than I have, and I'd like to learn more about some of these more interesting storylines because Juggernaut's a great character that I've never seen a whole lot get done with.
That's one of the reasons why I'm glad I didn't watch that X-Men cartoon because the one big thing that everybody came away from that cartoon was Gambit.
Oh yeah,
it's like the biggest
a Jubilee.
Jubilee's dope. Gambit not so much.
Rogue is fucking awesome.
Gambit's dope.
The majority wins here. As much as there's a lot of knowledge behind Juggernaut,
this has got me thinking. Sorry to interrupt again, but that had me thinking because Harley should have won that fight. What would Harley versus Venom end up like?
We'd have a venomized Harley.
Venomized Harley, absolutely. She'd be red, white, and black.
He'd just eat her.
So,
he would eat her.
How about this one? And we're gonna continue with this one. We're gonna go Caesar still on top. We just move around.
Uncle Caesar.
All right. So what do you got? Thanos versus Brainiac.
Well, I don't mind. First of all, I don't mind being on top. Two, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Thanos, right? Because he's a god.
Oh my gosh! I think something did wrong with
He's
him.
a Titan. Come on. Well, you know what? I take that back. I
He's a
always
mad
think
Titan.
brains. I always think brains is always bigger than brawn. So I'm gonna go with Brainiac because he's exactly that. So he'll find a way. He will find a way to nullify Thanos.
Okay, how about you, Ish?
I was gonna go with Brainiac until Caesar did.
I feel you on that.
You
Um,
fucking ish.
because no, not even to knock Caesar. It just made me realize that Thanos is indeed smarter than Brainiac.
He is pretty smart.
Is he though?
Yeah, Thanos is one of the most brilliant minds in the universe. I mean, he
Oh, yeah.
understands the infinity. He understands all of the god level, the god level items in the universe. You know what I mean? Like intimately understands them because he's really brilliant.
Even when he's Farmer Thanos, right?
And then he also can't die because like he's madly in love with death, and she wants nothing to do with him so much so that she won't let him die, so that he
Not a
can't
thing.
join her.
See,
So like that.
that's why Ish brings this shit because if I would have known that, I would have picked Thanos.
On top of that, so like yeah, I think Thanos at the end of the day, I don't think Thanos is as powerful as the movies portray him. People think he's not, but he's really powerful. Mad Titan, I gotta go with Thanos. He's really brilliant, really smart.
I'm gonna
He's
change
really
my
brilliant.
vote. I'm gonna
You
change my
can't
vote.
change. You can't change it. We're gonna keep it on moving. Efrain, you're
Yeah,
next.
he's really smart. He's really brilliant, but he's also very emotionally driven. And when you fight with your emotions, you end up taking the L.
That is true.
And Thanos does that more often than not, which is why he sees defeat more than he should. So I'm gonna go with Brainiac.
I'm gonna go with Brainiac. I'm gonna go back with the Brainiac.
That's the only reason I'm sticking with Brainiac because of the
I
emotions.
like that assessment.
Only because of the emotions.
Mm-hmm. Efren took that from me last time.
Okay, Cody.
Yeah, Efren took the words right out of my mouth. Brainiac all the way. Just cold calculation, intelligence, resources. Ultimately, Brainiac. Yeah.
I would go with Thanos. I'm going to stay with him because obviously his brains is brute force, but Thanos has his brains as well. Yeah, he is led by emotions, but Brainiac doesn't really. Well, he has with Superman, but I feel like he's smarter than Superman, right? Isn't it Thanos smarter than Superman? And I think he's being more calculated when he actually attacks. There has to be something to really piss him off, and I don't know if Brainiac has the capabilities of doing that. So I'm going with my man Thanos. If there has the fucking gauntlet, he's winning. Now
Well,
we're gonna go. We're gonna go base. Everybody base.
Yeah. Thanos with the gauntlet wins for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
he wins this whole fucking tournament.
So we have 3 right here in the panel going for Brainiac, 2 for Thanos. What do y'all think in the comment section, real quick? I'm betting on me against all of these yahoos.
Jason.
If nobody else has anything to say,
no, I think Brainiac won.
looks like there's no more comments. There's no more comments.
No,
Is Brainiac going? It was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brainiac wins.
yeah, there we go, my boy.
Okay, Ultra versus Red Hulk. I'll go ahead and go first because Caesar gets all buttered now. And now you can hear everybody's thing, and you can, make an assessment. Wiener Gauntlet.
All right,
It's funny because Apocalypse is not as strong. I mean, Red Hulk is not as strong as Apocalypse, in my opinion.
Well, Ultra never would have won.
I know, right? I'm gonna kill myself on the foot right now, but I'm going Red Hulk on this one just because of power wise. Obviously, he's gonna get mad. He's gonna continue going. I haven't seen. There's not a Hulk that stops. He just continues going, hits and hits and hits. He wouldn't run away. He would just continue to find a way to whoop Ultron's ass and continue just breaking him in pieces. So I'm gonna go with Red Hulk. Just the only way he'll lose is if he loses his stamina, to me. So I'm going with him. How about you, Cody? Cody.
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. I was making sure.
I'm gonna say Ultron. I don't think Red Hulk's strong enough to destroy the metal of Ultron's husk. And again, the same reason Ultron was winning his initial fight. You know, he's can replicate. He can do all kinds of bad shit. He can hide himself on the interwebs. Mostly this replication, and he can take a beating from the Hulk and still find a way to win, come out on top, one way or another.
Interwebs. Okay, well, Efrain, what do you say?
Ultron, because and only because Hulk will get tired. He's going to run out of energy. He's not going to be able to go forever, and Ultron can keep replicating. Will it be a long fight? Can he endure for a while? Probably. But Ultron is a robot. He's just there's no lungs there to stop him from getting tired. So that is my deciding factor right there.
Right.
I think that's what will put him over the edge.
All right.
Ish.
There'd be a lot of scrap metal on the floor.
It's
by the
Hulk.
time I was done, but
I wanted to say Ultron, but the only way that I could see Ultron winning is if he just went back in the past and killed Thunderbolt Ross before he ever became Red Hulk. Otherwise,
You got a lot of faith in the Red Hulk powers, huh?
it's just it's the Hulk. Because there's something that Efrain said, right? Because he mentioned stamina, and that's the first thing that I thought of. Like, we've never seen the limit of a Hulk stamina. It's a guy who can just live in the vastness of space, breathe underwater indefinitely. Well, not even breathe, just hold his breath. I don't know that that Ultron could maybe, like Efrain, to your point, maybe, but not only would he have to replicate himself, he would have to have a constant source of material to do so. And could he have enough to outlast Hulk, who's just
ruthless?
Eventually, you know what though? Hulk would probably just get bored too. You know what I mean? And just like go home. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I gotta go with Hulk just on. I just have to look at it like one Ultron fights one Hulk, and that Hulk just beats that Ultron.
If it's one Ultron, one Hulk, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only way I can do it.
See, that's why we need rules. That's why we need to know what the rules are, Caesar.
Ish, what'd you pick?
Red Hulk. So you're gonna pick Ultron because you read.
Okay. So what is it right now? So it's Hulk, Ultron.
Two.
Wow. So it comes down to me.
Yeah. So we have Bastard Network going for the Red Hulk as well. So we have 3-2 right now. We're 3 to Red Hulk and 2 to Ultron.
If it's Harrison Ford, General Ross, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say.
And Ultron looks like his son.
So that but is it young Harrison Ford? Does he still look like
Shia LaBeouf?
But the Hulk eventually does get tired. We have seen him eventually kind of get tired.
When?
Not the Red Hulk.
When have you seen the Red Hulk get tired?
Well, the one that
what book did you read?
Red Hulk 42.
Red Hulk.
Oh no, it's Luke Cage. I don't know. You know what, guys? I'm all right. I'll tell you what.
It was issue 1, 2017 Hulk 1. That was the first appearance of Hulk, right? Red Hulk.
I sold it. I'm gonna give the Hulk. I'm gonna give it to the Hulk. I'm gonna give it to the Hulk because eventually I think Ultron will get tired, like tired as in not physically, but just like
mentally or what?
Like fuck it, I'll figure out another way and then just bone out.
Like his batteries ran out or something, or what?
No, just like
it's plausible.
Just like fuck it.
No, he's on Energizer. He keeps going and going.
And he'll just leave. So I'm gonna go with Red Hulk because of Harrison Ford.
This is an idiot right there. Okay. All right. Dark Side versus Venom. Let's see. We're gonna start off with Efrain on the top.
See, this is why I said Venom earlier because I wanted an easy setup for Dark Side. So I was looking ahead. Venom has no shot. Dark side all day.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Well, we got Cody.
Red Hulk, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Harrison Ford.
Harrison
I
Ford.
take that back.
Ford,
Doc Ock. Doc Ock wins this one.
I think Darkseid, very minimal contest. I keep saying Darkseid. I've always said it that way in my head.
But Caesar choose a point and correct everybody. Oh, damn it. All right, what do you say, Caesar?
Oh, it's my turn. I'm gonna go with the old gamma rays, the Omega beams, because they'll chase fucking Venom down all the way down to his fucking underwear. So I think we're gonna go with the dark side.
Okay. Ish.
I've been trying to move this. I can't obviously, but I've been trying to move the poop emoji over to Venom.
Mm-hmm.
No way, No way, Venom beats Darkseid.
All right, good.
Same way. Everybody's
Clean
voting for
sweep.
Dark Side on this one.
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
This is it's like Ultron and Red Hulk all over again.
Well,
Okay, Caesar wants to talk. Go ahead first.
Yeah.
I think Brainiac will eventually find a way. He'll just find that mental way to stop from Harrison Ford being casted in this role. So I'm gonna say Brainiac.
But what if he's replaced by Henry Cavill?
Oh, as General Ross with the mustache. We saw him with the mustache in the Mission Impossible
That
movie.
could be fun.
That would
like
be
an origin story of General
Ooh.
Ross.
Like a young General Ross. I could see that as a Red Hulk. Ooh, Ish, you're onto some Ish. I'm in.
What if they cast Harrison Ford as both Brainiac and Thunderbolt Ross?
Okay, now you're being stupid. I'm gonna go with Brainiac on this.
Okay. Go ahead, Cody.
I've obviously made my opinions on brains versus brawn clear. I think Brainiac ultimately finds. I don't know. I guess as a kid, I just bought into that ultimate intelligence of Brainiac being like the ultimate trump card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think that he succumbs to. I mean, if he's like flying in a spaceship and the Red Hulk jumps up and is just tired of Brainiac talking shit and jumps up and smashes the ship and takes Brainiac down, but then Brainiac's one of many ships or versions of himself, and I don't know. I think ultimately Brainiac wins.
Okay. Ish.
Brainiac.
Same. I'm going Brainiac.
Okay. Wow.
That was
So I'm going to use my time here. Because I got my time. What movie or TV show have you ever seen that Pedro Pascal flopped in? I've only seen one.
He flopped in, or the movie flopped?
Both.
Wonder Woman 2.
Wonder Woman at 84.
Damn. Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, I heard he was.
Game of Thrones.
No,
he was amazing. Game of Thrones. Blocks-ish. Blocks.
It's just
blocks.
I'm just trolling.
Completely trolling.
Mandalorian.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
The Last of Us.
So,
hey, what's up, Kevin? How you doing, brother?
I got to give Pedro a chance as Mr. Fantastic, just because of
Me
that.
too. I'm down. Me too.
And I'm going Brainiac.
We're all gonna go. We're all gonna go watch Pedro Pascal, and he's gonna fail or not. I say he's gonna.
I mean, he had a good American accent as Joel, so you know.
And is it true that Jack Kirby's relative is playing the girl playing Sue Storm? Is that one of Jack Kirby's descendants?
Related to him. Her last name is Kirby, though.
I know that.
I don't think. No, I do not think they're related.
I saw somebody post about it, and I was like, "Ooh, that made me wonder." And I had never gone back to research. I was like, "That would be really cool if it's like his great granddaughter or something playing Sue Storm in the movie. That'd be really cool."
Not relatable.
Not relatable.
No, I mean they're not related.
Okay, well that sounds relatable. Let's go with let's move this one around here. This one here, Cody at the very end this time. I'm going dark side. He is more for a formidable adversary to Justice League. He really never gets beaten. He just, I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it another time. Fuck these guys. Or say he takes over, like, remember when he took over Supergirl and all that shit? Batman not overpowered him, but used his brains and got all the hell spores together and shit like that. So I'm going with Darkseid on this, 100%. What's up, John? A couple of artists jumped on real quick.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? John and Kevin. We know
Kevin.
Ish knows them.
Shout out to
Without
Western New York, by the way.
that's where they're from, right?
Shout out to Buffalo, New York. Shout out to John Brugman, D. Devin, Kevin Delgado. Shout out to Western New York. Sorry, yeah, but we all up in here. I got J Rob up in here, Sammy Murdoch. Shout out to Western New York, y'all. Showing out. I'm just saying.
Man, I tell you what, I already fucking lost control. Where are we at?
Darkseid versus
Darkseid.
Brainiac.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who'd you pick, Del?
I picked Darkseid.
Oh, I was busy shouting out to Western New York. I'm gonna go with Darkseid only because, and Ish could probably back me up on this. He's also a smart motherfucker. I think Darkseid he's extremely intelligent. I mean, he's not all powerful for the sake of it. He's extremely smart as well. So, and I think Brainiac can only get when you match smart against smart, but he has the brawn on top of that. I'm gonna go with Darkseid.
Okay,
Yeah,
and he has Omega beams.
I don't think you could match smart against smart, but because of the other factors, Darkseid is definitely going to get the tip because he's smart and he's powerful, and he's got lasers shooting out of his penis.
Yeah.
That takes the win right there. Obviously,
they have pills. Yeah, they have pills for that.
I think Darkseid is stronger, smarter, and has access to way more power. I don't even think it's close.
How about you, Cody?
I'm hearing a lot of Brainiac hate on this one, and I go Brainiac all the way, but I gotta agree, Darkseid takes it. Darkseid just smooshes him. He gets oofed, as my son would say.
All right, he's the winner on the left side. Now we go on the right side.
Oh, now all new people here.
I'm going Carnage. Let's try to hurry up on the first one because we took a lot of time on this one. So I'm gonna go Carnage 100% on this one. How about you, Caesar?
I'm gonna go. This is tougher than we think because Red Skull is he's no pushover. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Red Skull. I think he'll figure out a way. He would figure out a way. Yeah.
Red Skull. How about you, Ish?
Carnage.
Okay, we got 2-2. Cody, you're the deep breaker right here.
Carnage.
What'd you say, Ish?
Carnage.
Okay, I am also gonna go with Carnage.
Yes! Oh, dude. Okay, I know who this is. I don't know who this is.
Dormammu.
That's a real. Hold on, Caesar. Shut the.
No, I know that's Dormammu.
I'm just gonna skip everybody. I'm going with Dormammu, and I love Doctor. I just want to get that out the way.
I don't think this is a.
Yeah, it's not. To me, it's a non-strike.
The no-brainer right here.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking God Doom.
Right. Love Doom too. I hate to it, but you put him against Dormammu.
God Doom is the only one that possibly has a chance.
Del, a bit of information, Caesar. You watched this, so I know you know because it was on TV. You didn't have to read it. Dormammu is the only villain to appear in the MCU that has not been defeated. Yep. Doctor Strange did not beat him.
He just outsmarted him. He didn't exactly beat him.
He tricked him, but yes,
he tricked
God tier. This is God tier. Right. God tier being.
So yeah, Del, that's the actual Dormammu from the actual comic books.
And Caesar, if you want to read about God Doom, pick up Secret Wars 2015.
Oh, I'll right now. I'll do it after the show.
Yeah. Good read.
I know. It's great. I read it 3 times. I'm gonna go with Dormammu on this one, 100%.
How about you, Cody?
As much as I want to vote for Doom and see him move forward in the bracket, it's got to be Dormammu.
Yep.
It's a sad way to lose him so early in the game, but same.
He made it far last time. Wanted to vote for Doom. I know everyone here wanted Doom.
Absolutely. But... Doom made it almost to the last one last time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You get pretty good.
So this one's pretty interesting. Bane versus Doc Ock. And I know Efrain talked about Doc Ock earlier, so we'll go ahead and let him go first. So who do you got, Efrain?
Damn, that's a tough one. Man, I'm gonna I'm gonna leave. Oh God, damn.
I think this side is a little bit harder than the left side, honestly.
I think Efrain's bought a car quicker than this.
I'm gonna say Doc Ock only because of the tech.
Okay.
That just yeah. And that's not an easy Doc Ock. That's no. I'm going with Doc Ock.
It's tough.
No question about it. Doc Ock, all he has to do is rip one of those fucking tubes out of his back, and he's boop, 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 boop. So I think Doc Ock is the way to go.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I was initially like, that's easy, Bane all day long, because Bane is stronger in strength than Doc Ock is in cunning, right? So like Bane's strength is strength, and Doc Ock's strength is his cunning or his intelligence. Then Bane has the upper hand because he's got more of his strength than Doc Ock has of his strength. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm just drunk, but then you think about Bane's vulnerability is his super serum is just right there, and Doc Ock's got the extra arms, and all it takes for him to clip that connection one time.
Wow.
And Bane's pretty much useless.
Corey actually agrees with me. That's great.
Yeah.
It was a bad matchup for Bane to begin with.
As much as I want it to be Bane, it's definitely Doc Ock in my opinion.
How about you, Ish?
I think Doc Ock's smarter than people give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he has adamantium tentacles. I think his tentacles are stronger than Bane by themselves.
Right.
On top of his intelligence. So I got to go Doc Ock.
Right.
And I'm going Doc Ock as well, just because his Bane's weakness is too much. Even to have a real conversation. So,
yeah. Cool.
Okay, Mephisto versus Scarecrow. I think this should be
best. This is the dopest one.
Yeah.
All right, Ish, go first.
Oh, huh. I have to go first? I don't even know who to pick here.
You got to educate us on all that stuff.
But they both work on illusion, right? Pretty much. I mean, one's illusion, the other one is the scare.
I'm going to go Mysterio. And only because Scarecrow isn't going to throw a punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Mysterio will fight Spider-Man physically if he has to. So that's the only reason why. Because I was thinking, well, I think Batman is the more credible threat. But Scarecrow's not going to fight him. Mysterio actually has the combat. So if it came down to just them in a street fight, Mysterio's just going to beat him. It's not going to be a very good fight, but he's going to beat him. He has the edge.
Okay. How about you, Cody? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Efrain.
I agree. Mephisto.
Mephisto. We got two Mephisto. Cody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that Batman and Spider-Man are because you said Spider-Man's a more.
I think Batman's a more credible threat.
Okay.
Spider-Man's not going to, do.
I thought you were saying those the other round. I was like, I don't know, you can't discount Batman like that.
No, I think Batman's a more credible threat.
But Spider-Man's definitely got him on the strength thing there. But still, I think you're right. And I'll just add to that like Scarecrow's strength is not in one-to-one face-off battle. He's more of a schemer. He's more of and he's never like trying to take out the bat. I'm not Scarecrow here to fuck you up. I'm just trying to do my thing with my fear toxin and spread that shit. And I don't think he is a really one-on-one fighter type thing. So I don't think this arena style combat is his strengths at all. So definitely Mysterio.
I would go with that same idea, especially because Mephisto is stronger. But
we all love Scarecrow. Nobody wants to not vote for him. But Doom got.
I mean, I don't know. There's a way for the fear toxin to go into his helmet, right? I mean, we don't know how sealed it is.
Got the bubble.
See, so I don't know what does he have other than that? He doesn't. So with that being said, Mephisto is my pick. How about you, Caesar?
I'm gonna go with the Red Hulk. I think the Red Hulk has a chance because he goes off of fear.
The Harrison Ford factor.
He feeds off of fear. I think Efrain, it's Mysterio, not Mephisto. But I'm gonna go with Mysterio.
All right, we have it over. Well,
that's what I figured. Hold up, glass up. I figured.
All right, we got Two-Face versus Deathstroke or Slade, whatever you want to call him. I'll
I
go
couldn't tell if
first.
that was Deathstroke or Deadpool.
Yeah.
I didn't know
That
who it
picture's
was.
awful.
It was like,
Either
is
or
that
the-
Shatterstar? Like I didn't know who it was.
Shadow Star.
Fuzzy at first,
Shatter
too.
Star, yeah.
It's Red Hulk.
Obviously, I'm going with Deathstroke here. He's just cunning and smart and devious, whatever. But Deathstroke is an assassin, and he goes toe to toe with Batman sometimes. Um, it's easy for me, Deathstroke. How about you, Efren?
I gotta go with Deathstroke too. Deathstroke is stronger, is faster, he's intelligently up there, and he's prettier. So
How about you, Cody? Pretty guy.
I'd like to see the story where Two-Face defeats Deathstroke. Because like Deathstroke's superpower is his tactical knowledge and his fighting skill. Like that's basically for at least from my knowledge, which granted is mostly informed from the Arrow TV series and a couple of comics that I've read, Justice League books, if I'm not mistaken. And Two-Face is one of my all-time favorites. I'd really like to see that because you could definitely see where it's like the calculating tactical intelligence of Deathstroke versus chaos, right? And chaos wins. I feel like that's a quote from something. So I'd be interesting to see how, like, ultimately chaos is the greatest power in the universe. But that's just because I'm a nerd and I'd like to see that. I think Deathstroke wins.
Okay. Ish.
It's interesting, right? People say Batman can beat anyone given prep time. Deathstroke is prep time.
Yeah.
Like he walks around as prep time. He sleeps as prep time. It's Deathstroke. Like period.
Okay.
I read that. I read that if you remove,
So we all picking Deathstroke right now, right, guys?
no. Hold on. I read that if you remove Two-Face's coin, that he loses his powers. So knowing that,
He becomes one face.
he becomes one face. No. Deathstroke has the healing. Deathstroke has the healing ability. He has the healing ability as well, which is always a good factor. So Deathstroke all the way. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad that was a close one. Yeah.
But like Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face though?
No, Tommy Lee
Aaron
Jones.
Eckhart.
Eric Eckhart.
I think this was an easier one here. Poison Ivy 100% of the time. She has the power to control the grass and not grass, right? But a green and Riddler. He
Grow,
uses
you St.
devices.
Augustine, grow.
So I'm going with Poison Ivy. We're gonna go with Cody next.
Yeah, Poison Ivy. I think she just overwhelms the Riddler and all that while he's over there writing a riddle, or he's got this whole puzzle set out for her. She just like fucks him up. The overwhelming nature of her grass powers just can't be overcome.
Greg is back. What's up, Greg? Okay, Ish, what do you say?
Oh, Ivy.
That was easy, pretty much. I think that's going to be overwhelming, but we're going to go with Efren.
Has anybody ever seen the Riddler even throw a punch?
Never. He's like Scarecrow, pretty much.
He misses.
I mean, yeah, it's so easy. Poison Ivy.
I'm gonna say once Poison shows him her flower. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
Facts.
That's it. So it's gonna be Riddler on this
one. Unless he likes battering rams.
What?
Let's go with Poison Ivy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Last one.
Oh, wow.
Is that Kingpin?
Lex Luthor?
No,
that's Lex Luthor.
That's President Luthor.
That's President Luthor.
Caesar, you're first.
Oh, okay.
Luthor.
So we're talking Doom. We're talking
Doomsday.
Doomsday against Luthor. You know what? I'm gonna go with Luthor on this one.
Why?
He's too fucking smart. He just is. He just is. I think Luthor is one of those undervalued villains that he doesn't get enough credit because he doesn't have quote unquote powers. I think he will completely outwit Doomsday.
Okay, this cancels guy already. So you're next, Cody.
I think Doomsday. I mean, he kills Superman.
Yeah, something Lex could never do.
You know, I think he's a force of nature. He's a Superman leveled berserker. I think he oofs Lex Luthor any day of the week.
Okay, that was. And how about you, Ish?
I just remember Doomsday beating the Justice League literally with one hand tied behind his back. Like, really had one hand tied behind his back in a straight suit, and he beat the Justice League. He,
Yeah, Doomsday was a good
Doomsday.
villain.
Yeah. So what are you saying, Ish?
Doomsday.
Me too. Me too. I think I'm gonna go Doomsday as
But
well.
what you're saying,
See, that's why I put him at the end because the guy's in fifth off in one night. Efrain, you're next.
I'm gonna go Red Hulk.
There we go. That's my boy.
one.
That's the one.
Yeah,
This son of a
Doomsday
bitch.
all day. And it's not even close.
Same Tuesdays. Get out of the way. We only have one person going for Lex. Um,
No, I changed it.
I wish he was, I guess, somebody else too, because I like him as a villain. But we got Galactus versus
Oh, Jesus.
Reverse
What?
Flash.
Hey, this is not as easy as you guys think.
So I'm gonna put him at the very end.
Caesar, you put this together.
No, no, I do not.
So, Efren, what do you say?
So this
you're
is that
reading Marvel
ultimate
versus
Infinite
DC.
Flash guy, right?
It would be all Red Hulk.
That Reverse Flash thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Galactus all day.
Zoom.
I mean, Reverse Flash has the ability to kind of try to go back and try to make things better and change things around, but Galactus is fucking Galactus. There's no way he's gonna hurt him at all. So Galactus all day.
All right.
Okay, we got Cody. You're next.
Oh, sorry, I just got a battery light on my computer. I'm on my backup machine. I don't think good old Eobard Thawne can time travel enough to beat Galactus. Galactus is a celestial, isn't he? Or he possesses celestial level powers, anyways. Eater of planets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Reverse Flash could beat Silver Surfer, and Galactus has Silver Surfer on a chain.
I'm
Pretty
looking
much.
at that myself. I was gonna say is Silver Surfer in this fight because Silver
Yeah.
Surfer would just. I was literally gonna say that he gave Silver Surfer his powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrax the Destroyer his powers. Nova, Galactus.
Yeah. Although also he was defeated by Squirrel Girl.
Oh.
Squirrel Girl beat Thanos too.
She's
Power
no
of
VR.
conversation, y'all.
She killed Deadpool.
I'm going with Galactus as well. And what do you see, Caesar?
I'm gonna go with Antonio Banderas.
Ooh, nice. From Desperado?
Yes. Playing Galactus, Antonio Banderas. Yes.
Okay, we got Carnage versus Dormammu.
Oh, please.
And I think we all got Dormammu, right?
Dormammu.
Yeah.
Dormammu.
Okay, that was easy. We don't want to have an argument for. All right, we got Doc Ock versus Mysterio. That's a good. I think that's a good one.
Ooh, a nice little 6 there.
Okay, Efren, you
It
can go
sucks
first.
that one of these two is gonna make it to the next.
Season
yeah.
if it's still confirmed. But no, I'm gonna go Mysterio.
Mysterio.
I think Mysterio beats him. Doc Ock is limited to what he can do, how he can move, and his mobility. Mysterio has not as many limits as he does when it comes to being mobile. I think Mysterio is stronger than Doc Ock, not than the tentacles. Doc Ock, I think, is a tad stronger, but I think Mysterio takes it.
Okay, one Mysterio. What do you got, Cody?
Dr. Doom, man. I think he whips both. I think he whips both of their asses. I just regret that he's not in the fight. I'm not incredibly familiar with Mysterio's comic level lore. My only experience with him is from the Spider-Man movie, which is basically just the power of illusion. So then I have to go with Doc Ock just based on my lack of Mysterio knowledge.
Yeah, I'm pretty the same way with that. What do you say, Ish?
Doc Ock.
Okay, so we got 3 Doc Ock, and how about you, Caesar?
I think Mysterio's illusion powers will eventually fuck with Doc Ock's brain, especially he would probably use his past against him. So I think that Mysterio would probably take this one only enough to drive him insane.
Okay, makes sense. But we got Doc Ock winning 3-2. Let's move on from that one. Honestly, I think this is tougher than I'm thinking. Poison Ivy versus Deathstroke. We'll go with Caesar first. Where are you, Caesar? There you go. And then I'll go after him. Ish. Oh wait, I'm moving over here. There we go. So go ahead, Caesar. What do you think?
I think Poison Ivy's powers of seduction that she can do, and having the plants just constantly going and going and going, even though he can regenerate, I still think that I think Poison Ivy might be able to have him under her control. Not enough for him to fight her. So I think I'm gonna go Poison Ivy.
I'm going Poison Ivy as well, just because if Deathstroke makes it a close battle, I think she has enough plans to overtake him and come from behind. And once you take away his agility and his power, he's pretty much a sitting duck. But if he can throw bombs and try to sniper or do something or distance, he'll take it. But I think Poison Ivy will eventually win this battle.
You just
My-
want to see him come from behind, though.
Damn.
what about you? Ish? What do you got?
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke?
Ooh. Why?
Say again?
Why?
Why?
Because he would just kill her without mercy.
Man, that too.
It just would just
Given a chance, you're saying he would just do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and without mercy,
Yeah,
cut through her plants, put bullets in every hole in her head.
Yeah. I see it. Okay, I got that.
I like that they're both schemers. They both sort of have to plan and be tactical about their process and their thoughts. I think ultimately, like if Poison Ivy was going after Deathstroke, she would get him. If Deathstroke was going after Poison Ivy, he would get hurt. Right? I think whoever the instigator is would win. But in an all out just general, if they're both facing off to one another, I have to agree with Deathstroke taking it. I don't think she flips a switch, and she would have to become almost feral to be able to overcome him because he can anticipate her moves. He's got all the weapons. He's got the tactical brain. He's able to calculate millions of options in the split of a second and all that jazz. So I think Deathstroke for sure.
Okay, so we got 2-2. Efren, you are now the
See,
tiebreaker.
I think it's closer than you think because I think that she's got the ability to summon plants and wrap him up. And as he's attacking and he's looking one way, she has things that'll take him, take away his arms, take away his legs,
Mm-hmm.
and restrain him. Not to capture or kill him, but to restrain him and to hold him where he's got to drop his weapons and he can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he goes and he breaks his arm off and he kind of regenerates, we have a different story there. But I think that that's her only chance. That being said, I only think that happens about 10 or 15% of the time. So I'm going to go with Deathstroke.
Okay, Deathstroke wins on this one, 3-2.
Fools.
Okay, I don't know how to answer this one. Honestly, I'm gonna go with last, and we're gonna go with Caesar first still, and then we're gonna leave it like that. So,
The eater of worlds, to
uh-huh.
me, is going to take this, and I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the whole damn tournament.
Okay, so you got Galactus. How about
I
you,
got
Efren?
Galactus. Yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta go with Galactus, especially after pointing out and seeing that. Well, I didn't point it out, but seeing that he's got Silver Surfer tied to him right there. So that kind of gives him a couple one ups there. So even if he Doomsday can do anything, which I don't think he could, um, he's got to get past Silver Surfer. So
Okay, that makes sense. So let's go with this
Galactus.
Galactus. All right, without explanation, and then we got Cody.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
yes,
Okay, I thought you said somebody else before me, and I was trying to figure out who it was. I would like to see Galactus making Doomsday his herald. I think that would be fun to watch. But
Yeah.
definitely,
Pet Dog.
but Galactus wins. Like if Doomsday did decide, he would either crush him or, like you say, convert him, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun to see. Doomsday as the herald of Galactus.
My gosh, I see why Galactus would be the pick. But Doomsday always what he does. What does he do? He adjusts every time he gets beaten. His body evolves into a way where he can beat Galactus. With that being said, Galactus has too much of the omnipotence to let that happen. Just disintegrate him and just Maybe even eat him if he had to. So I'm going with Galactus as well.
Just eat the planet you on.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, this one should be easy. We got Dormammu, right, guys?
I'm going
Okay.
Doc Ock.
All right, Leo, fuck this. All right, we're gonna go one by one.
It's
So
just a Doc Ock man.
I'm not going Doc Ock. I'm going Dormammu.
Dormammu, Efrain.
Red Hulk.
It's gonna come down. It's gonna be tough. The toughest one is gonna be that Galactus Dormammu.
Okay, we're gonna go Dormammu. Pretty sure Galactus has got to win this one. Obviously, that one's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Dormammu versus Galactus. This is where the conversation.
This is the tough one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll start off with Ish. We're gonna go Efren, Caesar. I'll go right before Cody, and then let's go from there. All right, Ish.
So I'm gonna go, and this is really tough because pound for pound, Dormammu is more powerful than Galactus. But I'm going with Galactus. And I'm going with Galactus because Dormammu is obviously the most powerful being in his own universe, in his own reality. But in order to fight Galactus, the playing field will have to be level, right? And so that being the case, he'd have to leave his reality, much like he did in the Doctor Strange movie. And in that case, Galactus is gonna win.
Okay. How about you, Efren?
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot closer than you think, but Galactus is going to take this down.
All right, Caesar.
It should have been the final.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Ish, I was gonna go Dormammu all the way around, but Ish kind of he convinced me with his magic ways. So I'm gonna say Ish. I'm gonna say Ish. Yeah, Ish will beat it all. I'm gonna go Galactus.
I'm gonna go Dormammu
Because you want to be different.
that too, right? Because I honestly don't feel like Galactus is that powerful because he's been beaten before, like so many times. Dormammu has not been beaten as much as Galactus has. Obviously, the people that beat him get cosmic powers or like creatures meets him as bitch. Thor has beaten him too before. Well, obviously Thor has beaten him, and so has Thanos. Doom has beaten him. Um, there's not many people that have beaten Dormammu as much as they've beaten Galactus. I want to just say there's too many weaknesses, I guess, that goes against Galactus. He's been able to get beaten. Dormammu he has his powers. I'm going Dormammu 100%. Live and on color. What's up, Cody?
So I was doing a quick Google search just to compare, and I hope that's not cheating, but I was curious what the listed power sets for both of them actually are. Because I know who they are, and they're these big celestial or godlike entities, but like what actual do they have, like superpowers or physical powers? And in my quick Google search, they have like identical power sets. If you look, like it's power for power based on a simple Google search, but that's
Dormammu doesn't have Silver Surfer.
Dormammu does not have Silver Surfer, but it says he has the power to bestow powers to people.
He's God. He's the god of his own reality. There's no one higher than him.
So
his
he
reality.
could do that as well. So then would Galactus then, based on your level playing field ish, would Galactus? So like Dormammu would leave his to come to his realm to come to Galactus's realm, or would Galactus leave his realm to come to Dormammu's realm?
It depends on
like in Dormammu's
fighting.
realm, Galactus loses. I think in our realm, because Galactus is like an essential abstract being to this universe, I think he wins.
Yeah,
that's just in our realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's hard to say because they are both head to head, pound for pound, fairly equal. But you're definitely right there. Depending who, like home field advantage is going to take the match.
You would have to put them in a place that's neutral ground, so neither or, right? So neither of them have. He's not in his land, and he's not in his land. So it's in a place of just absolute neutrality.
That's the
what's tough
world.
is we're comparing Marvel's abstract entities. So at any one of them is essentially God, right? Like obviously there is the one above all, which with that is, but essentially once you get to that level, eternity Dormammu, Galactus, the Celestials.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's really tough.
It is tough. I don't
So
know. I think I'm gonna have to vote Dormammu because Dormammu has got the rage angle. Like if you take out the environment being a factor, right? Whether we're in Dormammu's realm or Galactus's realm, and you're just looking at the two, Galactus doesn't have that emotion, that fire, that rage that Dormammu seems to possess. Dormammu is always pissed off at something, it seems.
That's
and I think that would fuel him to be more aggressive in an actual fight. He just keep punching away, and Galactus would be like, "Man, I just want a snack."
You know what's interesting to note is that Dormammu has a twin sister as well.
Really?
Psylocke?
It's Psylocke.
Emma Frost.
But purple hair
Frost.
Psylocke? Is it the Asian Psylocke? Which is like, all right, so you're going with what, Corey?
Dormammu.
Okay.
Corey. Called you
I
Corey.
called you Corey.
So with that being said, also Galactus, because his power is being drained. So say Dormammu and him going a head-to-head fight, even over there in Galactus's world, wouldn't his power slowly fade away just because he will get weaker and weaker if the fight drags on? Because Dormammu is what the power of chaos, right? Pretty much. So I think that's another reason why Dormammu would win. But as of now, it's 3-2. There's nobody changing, right? Nobody flip flopping. You're sticking with Galactus, right?
No, I'm going to stick with no.
So Galactus is going to win this one by majority vote.
Okay.
Then we have our right here, Galactus versus Darkseid. We're going to go ahead and I'll go.
Wait, is this the final?
This is the final.
Yeah, the final should have been Dormammu versus Galactus.
Technically.
This is a bad bracket.
Yeah, right.
Bad draw.
Okay. Darkseid
right,
versus
man.
Galactus. What do you
What do you say, Efrain?
Galactus all day. Not even close.
Yeah. I mean, if we have the level playing field conversation again, like if Galactus shrinks himself down to make it a fair fight, and we have like a boxing match,
We're talking about villains. There's never going to be a fair
right. I'm just saying, in that event, then there may be a contest to it, but I don't see how Darkseid again. Maybe my ignorance on some of Darkseid's powers is coming into play here, but it seems to me like Galactus takes it.
Okay, Caesar.
I'm going to go Darkseid.
Okay.
No, I want to know what Caesar read. I want the explanation.
I wasn't going to say it on this one. I was going to let him slide.
Well, because Darkseid has the Omega beams, and the Omega beams
or Omega.
They first appeared.
They first lie and forever, people. You know what? I gotta know. Okay, guys, I want to go just because we all know it's gonna be Galactus. It's just beyond.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Galactus.
It's all gonna be Galactus.
It's hard. Galactus is hard to beat unless you talk his ear off with your squirrely tail.
All right. So if everyone says that the final should have been Dormammu versus Galactus, Galactus would have won anyway. So it's moot because he takes the whole thing. So basically,
it's arguable because I was actually on the fence. Like at the end when Dell said, "Does he want to change?" I almost was like, you know what? But then I stayed with Galactus.
It is a tough. It is a
really
tough.
It was the rage comment that got you wanting to switch, wasn't it?
Well, essentially, Dormammu is essentially like more powerful. If he just existed in the Marvel universe, he would be a higher level abstract entity.
Yeah,
he just doesn't.
He would
always ends up getting chased back to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of cheated. I looked into this. There already's been a crossover with these two, and Galactus whooped his ass. So
with who? Galactus and who?
Darkseid.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah. So that one was an easy one.
Well, the one they should do honestly is Galactus versus Dormammu because that I would like to know.
We could actually see that because they're both Marvel,
right? But what I'm saying is, we know that Ish is the nerdiest one here because he's got the lore behind him. But we know there's guys that make Ish look like me, right? And I wonder how deep those fuckers would take it, like how they would narrate narrate
So
Dormammu and Galactus going, okay, well, let me tell you, and they would break that shit down to a science of why who would win over the other. So that would be, we should come back to this one of these days and invite some fucking nerdy ass dudes and see what they think.
like
Just
a
on
team of issues.
literally a team of issues, like literally just that battle, not of the bracket, just that battle. Who would really win?
Goku solos.
Yeah.
Where's Marco Man? He takes the bracket, in my opinion. He wasn't in this bracket.
He
There's a lot
does.
of other supervillains that I
We didn't
wasn't
have
on.
Shredder in here. Should put Shredder in here.
I agree with you,
Sure.
Peter. I think Molecule Man takes the bracket.
We
I was going to say. So who does beat Galactus?
So I found this real quick.
Your phlegm.
I mean, Bracket
Continuing on
Richards.
with our videos on Doctor Strange. Here's the thing. I didn't even realize it was going to do that well, right? It was just like Doctor Strange, or it was like Galactus meets
Comics explain.
went crazy on that video, which I guess is something
Well, they actually got
always
in a
wanted
fight
to
before,
see. Was
so.
like Doctor Strange meeting Dormammu. Like, what happens when these two beings of crazy power encounter one another? In this video, they fight, and it's the coolest thing. It's amazing.
He's always like, it's amazing.
Okay, so initially this
I
picks
like
up
listening
in
to him.
Mephisto's realm, right? And for those of you guys who are just now kind of joining this, essentially Galactus had been banished to the realm of magic, right? So like all these magical worlds and things like that. Literally, people were panicking and fleeing, right? Like Doctor Strange went there to try to solve the problem, but couldn't really deal with it. And then halfway through all this madness, Dormammu had like basically bombarded Galactus with essentially what was like dark magical energy and kind of transformed him into what Dormammu considered to be a herald. And so we ended up finding out Mephisto had basically a pact with Dormammu insofar as long as Galactus was in that realm, all those individuals, all those beings who would die would be sent to Mephisto's realm. And then of course, with all those beings basically being killed off, it could allow Dormammu to spread his influence outside his own dimension and into like the greater magical dimension as a whole. And so what this does is get a little more nuanced and a little more into that. The funny thing about this is that with Doctor Strange trying to rationalize with Dormammu and saying, hey, look, man, you have no idea what you're doing. The magical barriers are basically being weakened. One of the things that Marvel's established over the years in their comics when it comes to magical energy is there's this kind of invisible barrier that separates the magical dimensions from like the regular Marvel universe, right? So, I mean, it's almost like closing a door, right? I mean, it's what keeps the dimension of Dormammu, the dark dimension, from just like flowing over into the main universe, right? It's like a kind of invisible gate that keeps everything separated and everything locked away. What's happening is that with Galactus's presence in this universe is essentially opened a door, and by virtue of doing that, allows magical energy to flow into the main Marvel universe and then disrupt everything accordingly. So science really kind of goes out the door, and in fact, science and magic are sort of blending together. Now, we know that happens in places like Asgard. The difference is that it's kind of been mastered and it's been contained. Here in the main Marvel universe, none of that's happening. It's just kind of running amok unchecked with no one really understanding how to do it. But the cool thing about this is Dormammu's argument is I can use Galactus as a means to essentially walk through this doorway and enter into the main Marvel universe. And we know that if he successfully did that, it would be a catastrophe, right? Because like one of the things that has been established over the course of Doctor Strange's comics in Marvel is that if Dormammu at full strength were to enter into the main Marvel universe, pretty much nobody could stop him because his power is just so extreme and absolute that it's almost completely immutable and indestructible. Now, that's within his own realm, the dark dimension. Even showing up in the main Marvel universe, it would be extreme. But the funny thing is that Mark Waid kind of rebuffs that, right? And we'll actually find out why here in a little bit, but it kind of rebuffs that and actually says it's not really that way when it comes to Dormammu. But the funny thing about this is that with everything happening the way that it is, the magical barrier basically flowing into the scientific barrier is creating all kinds of problems and all kinds of chaos. And that's the funny thing is because Dormammu is by his definition an exceedingly arrogant guy. And so when he looks at Galactus and he says, I've imbued him with dark energy, he's now my thrall, I control him, and then in turn orders Galactus blows him off. And he's literally like, I'm nobody's herald. Now, one of the questions people would ask is, why hasn't Galactus acknowledged Dormammu up to this point? Well, remember, when it comes to Galactus as a being, if he doesn't really consider you someone of significance, he'll just ignore you and he just won't pay any attention to you, right? I mean, you're an ant in the cosmic scope of things. So, why would you pay attention to the going-ons of an ant? That's how he functions. But it's kind of crazy here because when Dormammu literally powers up all of his energy and then goes to attack Galactus, Galactus absorbs all the power of Dormammu into himself and then absorbs Dormammu himself into Galactus and then goes forward as like this holy powerful entity. And that's the fight. It happens that fast. And I know it seems a little anticlimactic, but this is a powerful statement because what it's saying is that even in his own realm, even in the dark dimension, the power of Dormammu is dwarfed by the power of Galactus. And that's bold.
There we go.
All right. So kind of like what you said, sort of ish, right? About Dormammu only being powerful if he's in his own realm. But if this nerd is saying what he said and what actually he read, it makes perfect sense.
Hey, so hold on. This is the first. Technically, technically Caesar read a book with us.
I was thinking about that too
Well,
as the
that's it.
words were coming across the screen.
Literally.
Actually, I was listening to
No, don't fucking lie.
messages.
He turned away on purpose the whole time.
I wasn't. I put you guys on mute.
No, you fucking were explaining to Ish what the nerd was saying.
But-
That's a lie.
But that's I got to tell you that is a great, good thing, Del. Kudos to you to finding that right on the spot. But that completely answered our question, right? It makes perfect sense that if Galactus is like, I don't know who, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm just gonna ignore you, and I'm gonna use what you gave me to. I mean, Galactus is the shit. Simple as that. So we picked wisely,
Yep.
right? We are the all-knowing gods of Oz.
I picked Dormammu, so
Oh, because you're a dumbass. Who else picked Dormammu?
So did I.
You're another dumbass. Efren, are you good?
Nope. I pick Galactus.
All right, we're good. Me, you,
I can't
and
wait
Ish.
to see you at the next convention, Caesar. I'm gonna give you the biggest old hug.
So, I mean, he's been beaten quite a bit. Like, Franklin Richards has beat him, obviously. Matt Jip Jaspers, Living Tribunal, one above all, Beyonder,
Has beaten
Celestials.
Galactus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yonder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonder beats everybody though.
There's 15 characters that can beat him. I already said the logos. I don't know who that character is.
So we like to do these brackets because it always gets people going. It gets the chat going. It gets us going and all that stuff. So next time we'll pick Dylan. Del. Next time we'll pick a superhero side instead of the villains, and we'll see how that goes.
The
right?
Phoenix Force is beating the Galactus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the people half the list that you've named, with the exception of say the Phoenix Force, the logos, they're not even abstract entities. Like Mad Jim Jaspers is a human. Franklin Richards is a human.
Mhm.
They just have
Like a hack.
reality manipulation to the nth degree. A Molecule Man, Franklin Richards, Mad Jim Jaspers, they just can manipulate reality. Abraxas is abstract.
Black
By
Winter.
abstract, I mean like gods.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Living Tribunal. It's also the same, right?
Black Winter gave him the business for a while. I remember that. Until then, and then Eternity. That's another one. Thanos. I mean, I said that earlier. Exitar. I don't know what that is.
Thanos beat him with the gauntlet.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Now we know that if we ever did Thanos with the gauntlet, that fucker beats everybody.
See, Caesar, that's why I said we need to know what the rules are.
Well, yeah, but
Caesar?
if we said Thanos with the gauntlet, then we'll just move Thanos all the way to the fucking end because he'll just beat everybody by snapping his little penis, and then everyone's fucking disappeared.
How do you know it's small?
Because I know.
It's got to be proportional.
I read. Do you think he has like a little Prince Albert of a gym?
Like small for him, but
You know what a Prince Albert is?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or is it Prince Albert?
Just making sure.
That's why I said I wonder if he has a Prince Albert, but it's a gym.
Look, we finally broke Ish. It took 2 hours, but we got him. Just defeated.
Man. I listen, this is always fun, guys. We appreciate all of you mofos coming in here. And I specifically I told Dale like we gotta get Ish because he's gonna get all nerdy up in here. And
Oh yeah.
I always every single time Ish comes on, I always learn something. I always learn something nerdy from you to go, maybe I should read that, and then I go, nah, I don't think so. So it always brings the knowledge, and that's what we always like to have this kind of panel because we have guys like Efrain who knows more than me and but definitely knows more than Del. Then we have Cody, who I don't know, and then we have Del, who's
50-50. I've been reading more
Ish
than you
throws
have.
down knowledge. Like Ish, like because of Ish, I picked up the entire Champions series and Outlawed, so I could pick that up and find out where.
Oh, did you read it? Did you read it?
I'm 2 issues in.
Listen, I think everybody here is awesome. I already know a lot of. Listen, I was glad I got to meet you, Efrain. I see you in the Common Sense group. Love you guys, Cody. We know each other, but we haven't met each other. But we know each other, similar circles. I know you guys at Comic Corner. Talk to you guys, talk to Brian at Comic Corner as well. So I don't know, Ish from Comic Sense. So I know I'm always shouting out Comic Corner.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So I didn't realize when Cody, I'm like, I know that name, and then when Comic Corner came up, I was like, oh, okay. Comic
Oh,
Corner.
yeah.
Same Discord, you know. So
Yeah.
We're gonna give each and one of you guys time to promote, pimp your wares. Where can we find you, and all that good stuff? So why don't we go ahead and start with you, Efren?
I've been spending most of my time in the comic book buy sell trade group with Robert Olive. We've got a lot of big stuff coming up. Picked up some pretty major stuff.
The
Recently
Funko
took
one.
on what's that?
That Funko thing y'all got.
Yeah, we have over 700 Funkos that we're in the middle of doing messenger reply auctions that are going very well. But also we speaking of Cody and Brian, we brought in Cody and Brian to be our exclusive guys. They are the only store that can do exclusives in that group. That group has damn near 40,000 people
Yep.
that we've built up. So pretty good group. We have moderation group that keeps all the spammers out as much as we can. But good group and good people. So
All right.
And then we're gonna go with Ish.
oh, yo, what up, people? Y'all know what time it is. It's Issue X, Comic Sense. Y'all know what we do. Best value on the unfair market. We want all of the smoke with the unfair market. We have God's favorite finger for the unfair market. You can find us on Comic Sense on Facebook, Comic Sense on Instagram, Comic Sense on Discord, Comic Sense on that thing that used to be called Twitter, Comic Sense on Threads, COMIXSENSE. Shout out to everyone that's in the stream, by the way. Shout out Del Guzman. Shout out to the comic menu.
Wait to say 28K today. Just a FYI, guys.
28K. Yeah.
Go ahead, Cody.
I'm the fat, jolly, happy co-owner of the Comic Corner store. Check us out. Standard 25% discount on pull box orders, 15% on Funkos and toys. ComicCornerStore.com. Actually, got me tripping now. I don't remember my own website.
it is the comiccornerstore.com.
It is .com, right? This Saturday, I'll be going live on Instagram for a sale. I've got some Silver Age reader copies of some old cool books, some Bronze Age stuff with Nick Sapienza. I'll be going live for my first Instagram live sale at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Our Instagram is the Comic Corner Store. Look for the little black logo. That's us.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you want to come check us out at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, we'll be slinging some books.
I just want to say really quick, Cody, if that is a cast iron skillet on your wall, I love you even more, bro.
You know it is.
Yo, I love you even more, bro. Listen, they don't know.
They don't know. It's the only way.
Listen,
Cody.
cast iron.
Yes,
I
sir.
saw ya. That was that Amazing Spider-Man 316 homage, right?
Yep.
I saw that earlier today. That's dope.
Yep. That's a partner book. We actually got one of the partners in our partner group got a hold of Liefeld to do some SIGs. So if anybody's a Liefeld fan, you can order. I think we still have a couple of copies left of a 9/8 signature series, double signed with Todd Knock. How do you say that? Todd Knock and Rob Liefeld double signed option still available too. So
I got him not to do a headshot.
Yeah, I know. I was like, if we're gonna do Knock, please let it be something other than a floating head.
Now, who's doing the headshot now? Mark Brooks is doing headshots now.
Yeah. Yep.
Before we go,
I love the coloring.
Before we go to me and my buddy Caesar, there was some news that came out today. Dan Lin has been tapped to replace Scott Stuber as head of Netflix film. The rapper, he produced he was executive and producer, was previously in the talks to run DC films for Warner Brothers. So he's going to take over as the new producer. If you don't know what he's done the Avatar and what else?
What Avatar?
Yeah.
Let me just
the blue people.
Or the Airbender ones.
The Airbender.
Or the arrow pointing down to between. This is my nose.
But I mean, he didn't do the really bad M. Night Shyamalan one, right?
Okay, this is what he has been doing.
If he did, then
share screen.
He turned down the job at DC. He's got good instincts.
This is what he's worked on. So he did It, Haunted Mansion, Aladdin, It Chapter 2, the Lego Movie.
You had me at Lego Movie.
Lego.
You lost me at Aladdin.
Easter Sunday, The Two Popes, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I'm in Sherlock Holmes.
Gangster Squad.
There's some good stuff.
Oh, Gangster Squad's good.
The Adventure of Line, The Box.
He's all over the place.
Yeah,
He's got a nice variety too, which will be nice.
All right, I'm good with this.
And he's,
Right.
you know,
So he's now. Is he going to be responsible for what the programming on Netflix or? Yeah, Netflix film boss.
yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, that's a good thing going forward for Netflix because they've had what's worse, Liefeld or Headshots. I'm not gonna say nothing here, but it's good. Netflix has been growing. They have their own movies. Obviously, they're doing a lot of live action. They acquired WWE recently, so
Yeah, they picked up the rights to Raw.
yeah, so that's going to be good for Netflix on that part because they're just exploding. Um,
No
what
one's
else?
talked about Avatar. On
I've seen the first 2 episodes. Anybody else?
I've seen the entire run.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm
Is that
excited.
the one with the arrow
Yeah.
pointing down to his nose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my kid loves that thing.
Yeah, the television. They got a new Netflix live action television show.
Yeah.
So, Caesar, before we go there with Caesar, they're actually making more animated versions of the Avatar, but the older versions of them ish. So I'm looking forward for that as well.
They're doing another animated Avatar series,
Yeah, but the older version of them.
like with Aang and Katara and all them.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, no shit.
Well, hi, Aang and Katari and all of them. Fucking nerds. Listen, I never watched any of that shit. I
They
gotta
put
tell
Code
you.
8 on Netflix today. I don't know if y'all know Code 8. They put the second one. The
I
sequel
saw
to
that,
the movie, Code 8 Part 2. Stephen Amell and his younger brother.
Mhm.
It's a superhero
Dude,
film.
and talking about Amel, right? He did good, and he's promoting. He wants to jump on the James Gunn stuff, but we give Henry Cavill so many props. Argyle bombed, right? And
Did
do you
it?
think it? Yeah, I've heard it was.
God, it even came out.
Well,
Big-
he's hardly ever in it, really.
Instant bombing, yeah.
John Cena's in it.
John, I didn't see him.
Well, my mom went to see it and she said she liked it. But again, you got to capture the demographic, the people spending money going to the movies, which is sadly, it's kind of a dying business. It's not the big roll in Hollywood of the 90s or 2000s or, people want to watch movies from their living rooms now and they can't.
You got tickets to see Dune tomorrow, and it's an empty theater. Like I got tickets a couple hours ago.
In that
What?
theater. I will be in that empty
I'll be
theater.
there too.
I've heard Dune's really good.
I heard it.
I heard the same thing.
Listen,
I'm gonna wait till it streams, of course. But
one of
You
the
always
greatest
do.
sci-fi novel series.
Yep.
It's better than Star Wars. It's better if you.
see, that's Dune is a good example. We talked about movies. If you go back and watch the original,
Yeah.
it's a little rough.
That was one that needed to be remade.
The problem with Dune, and if people are Star Wars fans, I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Trek fan. The problem with Dune is, and when I was young, they put out a role-playing game for Dune, and one of the problems is it's such an intelligent science fiction novel. It is hard to reproduce outside of it. It's really hard. Like I've watched the sci-fi movie, I watched the original movie, David Lynch. I've watched. It's just really hard. Even the one that just came out, I thought it was great, but there's scenes in the film that they just couldn't recreate from the novel that are important.
Yeah.
They're actually important to the lore that they just can't recreate them. It's hard.
I had to watch it several times because it was so visually awesome to watch that I was losing track of the story. So I had to go back and watch it again so that I could take everything in.
Have you read the novels?
I have not.
Yeah, I
recommend them to you.
I recommend them.
They're really good.
March 1st, Caesar.
You can give Caesar the Cliff Notes version.
No. I recommend it because I didn't read them. But
that was before his time.
Yeah, I'm borrowing
somebody please read it to me. That's what I want to know.
Who's watched Modern Web?
Nobody.
I finally watched Morbius.
I was about to say I didn't even watch Morbius yet.
Yeah, I like Morbius.
I finally watched it last week.
Morbius was fun too. Like, would I watch it over and over? No. If I'm bored, I want to start something. Would I keep watching it again? No.
Peter,
but I wasn't mad at it. I didn't want my time back.
I have to disagree with you, Peter. Zendaya doesn't ever ruin anything for me. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Her outfits were.
I liked her Mary Jane. Yeah. I go into a movie or a TV show with an open, positive attitude, right? I want to be entertained. I want to be fat, dumb, and happy sitting in that seat and not think about the bills I have to pay, this other shit that's falling down around me. I've been preaching that. dude, and I've got 3 kids, and I've taught them all, like, you're gonna get out of a situation what you put into it. So if you go in there with a chip on your shoulder, this isn't my X-Men, this isn't my Dune, this is gonna suck, I can't believe they're gonna screw this up, then that's what you're gonna experience. But if you go in there with an open mind, an empty cup, and you can absorb what was created. It's a different creator, it's a different actor.
And you can also enjoy something that's garbage. Like the Marvels, I thought was garbage, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the Marvels.
I watched it with my daughter. My 9-year-old daughter was hooting and hollering around like I remembered feeling after watching Rocky as a kid. Right? That movie was fucking great. That had an impact on my 9-year-old kid.
I've been saying, if you could sit in the theater or sit in your living room and escape reality for 2 hours, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Caesar,
okay with that.
hold on. Wait. Caesar, when's the last time you went to the movies?
E.T.
You motherfucker.
The Crow. It was The Crow.
No.
The Godfather. The Godfather.
I went with, it must have been something good, because I don't go unless it's something like,
There's something about Mary.
man, you know what? You're gonna make me think now. You're gonna make me think now. I'll
Because we've been almost a year on the show, and I don't know once heard you say you went to go see a movie.
I did.
What movie?
I went with the wife and her son.
I feel like we talked about it with you.
We did. We walked in and we saw
The Notebook.
No, they probably went to see Les Miserables.
Eternals.
All right, you assholes. I don't
Came
know
out
what
last year.
It was last year.
Let me see.
And I'm trying to think what was out.
Don't go ask her because she's gonna get mad. She's like, it was our anniversary. You don't remember?
No, it was.
I will say, while Caesar's thinking about that, I freaking love going to the movies. It was something my dad and I could always
Barbie
without having to overthink it. But
you did Barbieheimer, did you?
It's over an hour to get to the closest movie theater, so I don't get to go to the movies near often enough. But
I know, but Caesar's
I respect the movie theater trips.
I will say something
that
you were saying earlier, Cody. You know, I got over that because I think at some point, we're all. I don't want to speak for everyone. I would assume at some point we all have been guilty of that because, like, this is our generation, right? We are watching these things appear on TV that we never thought there'd be a Marvel universe on TV. Like, and again, I've said this before. These characters are our children's actual Mickey Mouse and actual that's what these characters are. But you know, going into it at the beginning, you know, that was me. That's not my X-Men, or you don't know what you're talking about. And I had to get to this place where it was like, you know what? Just like everything else, when I pick up a comic book, I have to be able to suspend my disbelief.
Yeah.
I have to be able to put myself in a position where I can take this for what it is and not like I don't own this character. And you know, somebody else's experience with this character is going to be through this movie and not from a comic book.
Yeah, exactly.
If they try to redo Lord of the Rings, that's not going to be my feeling because I did not try to redo Lord of the Rings.
Magic Mike.
It was Guardians of the Galaxy #3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it was. I knew it was something big, and they should never, ever in my lifetime ever redo the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Ever.
Yeah,
never.
There's no need.
Never.
If they ever do it, I won't be around.
They can add to that. They can add to that universe or that filmography, but they don't need to redo anything.
No,
they can redo the Hobbit.
They'll just remaster it and add extra scenes and
you know. I'll watch the uncut version. I'll watch the 4 hour. I'll watch it all. I'll watch all 3 of them.
What's the name of the show? The Ring Power
on Golden.
The Ring of Power.
The Ring of Power. That's been good to me. I'm enjoying that series.
On Golden Pond.
Oh, I loved.
How about Gen V?
Yeah,
I like
wow.
Which one?
Gen V was good. I enjoyed it.
Gen V.
No, is it? You know, everyone keeps telling me how good it is, and I have yet to check it out.
The Bridges of Madison County.
No, Gen V. See, now you're becoming part of the group there.
Wasn't that Clint Eastwood's first director job?
I believe it was. I just someone said on Golden Pond, and I'm like, yo. We're taking it way back.
Yeah.
Oh,
what we're gonna do right here is go back.
Anyways, yeah, guys. So there you go. All right. Let me do my little sign off and then down, and then if not, because we'll be on here till 3:00 in the morning. You guys know where to find me here every Wednesday with my buddy pal Dell. And you can find me on the Instagrams as the Real Dracula's Wolf. If you want your voiceovers, hit me up. Lately, people have been hitting me up more to do their stuff. So, other than that, thank you guys. What a fun show! The bracket show. It was Steel Magnolias, even Steeler. It was great, even Steeler. What a good show. The bracket show always brings the boys to the yard. You know what I'm saying? The bracket show always brings everyone in and gets everyone involved. So we'll do this again. Next time we'll pick superheroes and we'll see how that goes. And I don't know. We'll maybe bring in some new people, but for sure we're definitely going to have Ish because Ish always brings a little bit of into it, right?
Mhm.
And
Y'all make me.
I
yeah,
feel like you're saying that Efrain and I are just expendable now.
pretty much.
We are.
So
Yeah,
Dude,
pretty much. Yeah.
pretty much.
this guy,
I don't know.
that's kind of sus.
Yo, get at him, y'all.
Yeah,
Get at him.
I'm just
Hold
saying.
him accountable.
If you get as knowledgeable as Ish, then we might get you in.
I mean,
Well, the last bracket challenge, I was the one everybody was making fun of for nerding out.
Hold on, but we're competing with you and Nick. Nick was talking to
Yeah.
the whole show.
Nick talks about buttholes. And
Nick's
shit like
read
that.
even less than Caesar has.
Yeah.
So
Please.
yeah.
At least I know what's going on.
So 2 weeks ago, or no, a week ago, the Comic Corner funded their first Kickstarter. Congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
That's right.
thank you.
That's
And
right.
they will be going to Japan and look for women ladies over there. Whatever. I mean, they're gonna go get books signed.
Woman
We can do both.
We can do both. It's cool. It was crazy. I know that we had conversations how they're iffy how this would go. Maybe it'll barely get funded. I think your goal was 10K, right, Cody? Somewhere in that range.
Yeah, 10K was and to clarify, Brian was iffy about it. I've been telling him for 3 years that we needed to set up a signing. So I'm glad we didn't do it any sooner than we did, but I was confident that there's a market there for, I mean, it's an experience, right? Having something signed by Takashi Okazaki-san, as we've been calling him in our email chains, is a rare opportunity. It's not something you can find anywhere else. You know what I mean? His art's become more available, more accessible. People are seeing it more. But he's got a hardcore fan base, you know, and I'm looking forward to next year's Kickstarter, which I'm not going to tell anybody about, but we've got a pretty fun.
He's the one that did those Star Wars covers for you, right?
In the works,
Yep.
yeah.
You wanted to do Afro Samurai? It's a big name, and I was surprised. Like, oh shit, they're doing a Kickstarter. But yeah, it funded what in 10 minutes, right? Something like that.
It's less than 15 minutes, and we hit our initial funding goal, and it closed at I think 56K.
Wow.
Nice.
So 560% of our projected goal. Now I wish that was all profit, but it's not. But we're going to get to go to Japan and meet Takashi Okazaki and handle a bunch of cool customers' books and provide a whole lot of people. There's like 112 backers. Plus I think we opened up 200 submissions on our website through the store. And I think we're pushing close to that limit. So I mean, we're gonna put a lot of cool, rare collectibles in the hands of a lot of our customers and supporters, and that's really why the Comic Corner has the following and reputation that we do. Is because when we first started it, we wanted to make something that had that local comic shop feel because we couldn't find that anywhere. You know, the shops here, I was trying to find a shop and I didn't like the guy and couldn't, you know, I wanted that sort of Cheers feeling when you walk into the comic shop. And so we wanted to create for our customers a fun place to experience online comic book collecting. And we try and do that.
No, there's actually 10 people watching. We're multi-streaming to different places. So we're streaming to 4 locations: Twitch, YouTube.
No, Justin, I'm from Comic Corner, not Savage Comics.
So yeah, then Efrain has won a couple of awards recently. You won your weight division, didn't you, Efrain?
I ended up I finished last year second in the world in jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
So, and then this year I'm prepping right now for Abu Dhabi. So ADCC's the West Coast Trials coming up in Vegas in the end of March.
Oh, that's right. I'd retract my statement, Efrain. You could come back. It's fine.
And then I know Ish over here has been like every show I see him on Tuesdays. I try to comment, but I'm always working or something. He has his 30 people. He has his, a lot of people say that Facebook live shows are dead. he still has his loyal customers that come, and they'll get their weekly books or a couple of bigger books here and there, some ratios. So we have three different retailers here that do that are experts in different things. Yeah, Comic Corner and Issue and Ish sell books, weekly books, but Comic does pre-orders, and they just, hey, if you want to get this ahead of time, here, don't worry about the auction. This is how we can order for you. It's just like, hey, you weren't able to go to Ish's page. He has those books, but it's only limited, so you better and it's at a good price because they both give it discounted. They're not gonna fucking go. It's not gonna be over expensive. There's local shops that will they'll charge you more than cover price. They don't do that. You know what I mean? So it's good to follow them. And then you have Efrain um, getting exclusives here and there, working with Robert. Robert has grown his group, has gotten all these um, random pickups from random people, and Efrain's been there with him. So it's cool that everybody's been growing. Started from the bottom, and now we're here, right? No pun intended, no nothing. It's cool to be part of it. Right now, I'm attached to Comic Corner as a promoter and marketer. You'll see me share this stuff basically on. I know I need to share the FOCs for this week, but on Thursdays and Fridays, and then Wednesdays and Sundays, they're new exclusives. Pretty much. So every Wednesday and Sunday, you're gonna see new exclusives from the Comic Corner. We'll share it out. Join the group. We're close to 2K right now for them. Uh,
That's awesome.
it's been a cool ride. Seeing everybody just grow. I honestly came from a waffle group. I followed people and here went seeing auctions, and then slowly started a podcast, and I got to meet a lot of fucking people. It was just fucking cool, and I'm hoping we do set up our artist competition in May. The sketch off, and do another donation. We've donated so much, and we want to continue that trend. So keep an eye on us, guys. We just hit 20K. Our 1 year anniversary is the end of March. So I don't think we hit 30K. We're going to be close to it. So in 1 year, we hit 28K. So.
That's a lot. 28K is a lot for 1 year.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But I do want to say that I'm going to crack this open and read it. Right. The first
I got to crack number one. I do actually got to crack number one of that. not in the case.
But the first origin of Sinestro, and see how much of a badass he is. So
yeah.
Does that have number 2 on it?
Huh? What do you mean? What?
Does it have the number on the book? Because the number 1 doesn't.
Oh, this is number 7.
Oh, it's number 7. Okay.
Yeah. So
number 1 of that series actually doesn't have a number on the book.
Oh, really?
I have it sitting around there.
It's such a weird cover for being this. This is one of those books, right? The first origin of does not have the person on the book, right? It happens a lot, but this is a cool book to have. If you guys have a chance to get a first semester, get it.
I haven't gotten books in forever, and I'm recently getting a few books here and there. I actually able to pick up Scud number 1.
I love that book.
I was gonna say the same thing. I love it.
I had 2 copies of it that I sold during COVID, and I still regret it.
You know, the first action figure cover was the Scud cover.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm actually selling it, guys. So everybody's interested, let me know.
Really quick, I know you guys are going to sign off. I just want to shout out to everyone that's in the audience across all communities, especially Comic Sense community as well. Peter, appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that's watching. Shout out to everyone that tunes into the Comic Menu. I need y'all to tune into the Comic Menu every week. I say this on my show every week. I need y'all to support them. I need y'all to support Dell. I need y'all to support Caesar. Very, very awesome people in this community. People that you want to know. They have put me in contact with awesome people in this community like Cody, Nick Sapienza, Efrain. Listen. Make sure y'all are on the Comic Sense, the Comic Menu podcast page. Make sure you follow them. Show up for their events. Show up for these podcasts. Show up for these shows. They're really, really dope. Really good people. They bring good people together. Appreciate y'all, by the way. Thank you for having me on.
We are very dope.
You are really dope. I really appreciate you. I always say that. Every week I hear me say that, like, these are people you don't ever come on my show and listen, Caesar. Every week I'm shouting, no, you don't, man. They'll be on there.
No. I jump on there.
No, I know you do.
You sell stuff that I don't buy, and I was like, oh.
You could just come hang out.
USA Comics number 5.
What number? What year is that? What year is that, Cody?
1942.
Is
I
that
was
the
going to say it's
oldest?
the golden age.
That's the oldest book you have.
It's one of them. I've got a few
Is
golden
that
age.
is that duct tape?
Yeah. So apparently,
That's very sharp though.
I didn't
that's-
know this, but it's actually a famous guy in the collecting thing. It's a different back cover. I forget his Pops Foster. I want to say. I learned about it from the guy I traded with him for, but apparently he's a very well known person in the Golden Age collector community. So that gives this book some interesting provenance. Although nobody wants to buy it because it's taped together, but that actually is what makes it more unique. Because there was
Yes,
a guy,
it looks
comic shop
really
owner, that
unique.
would put books together so people could read them. Yeah.
Is that
It-
PC?
Yeah.
I would think it's your PC, right?
Oh no! Well, no, this one's not. I need to sell it. I have a
These are gonna
0.5
be
Golden Age
messaging you.
collection, but that one I've got to move. I've traded it for too much money to.
If you guys ever want to learn about Golden Age, go back and watch one of our shows when we had Code Blue and Crime City Comics from
And
Instagram
Cash.
and they did 2 hours of nothing.
Yeah,
but
that was interesting. Good things to learn.
and you learn a shitload about GA books because
There's a
it's
ton of cool history.
I
So
tell you, ugh.
this is a book that y'all might know. And I'm probably gonna keep this one. I'm gonna sell this good, but this one, Dark Image #1, the first
Yeah.
appearance of Max.
Yeah.
Got that gold foil.
Yeah, so I was kind of happy I was able to get this. I got this for a fucking deal. I got it for like, I want to say $45.
Dylan, what's the year on that?
On this one,
94,
90,
94,
91, 95.
93.
93. I said 92. Ish said 94. It was 93.
393. That's what it says. So honestly, I didn't grow up on this, obviously, and I knew the back cover is pretty cool.
Jay Lee, yeah.
Love
Jay
Drifter.
Lee.
I just bought it because obviously I'm a spec, and then Max is coming out hopefully. But I'll probably sell it later. I have no attachment to this, but it's cool to have it at one point. Just like this card, I know people like that, so I just bought it too, just because I'm gonna flip it. And I got a good deal on that, so I can play.
You know what I'm trying to do? I have 2 magazine style books, right? I have the first Man Thing, the Savage Dragon. I'm sorry, Savage Dragon. Savage Tales, and then I have that famous Foom number. What is the one with the Hulk on the cover? Is that number 2?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
With that Stranko cover.
There
The
it is.
second most famous Foom.
Yeah, right there. And the
I
funny,
sold a copy of the X-Men one recently.
so
Oh yeah.
Cool
what
book.
Yeah.
I'm making payments on one more to fit in between those 2, and I've been wanting it for a long time. And I might as well just tell you guys what it is. I usually don't tell you guys, but it's the Vampirella, the very first
Oh, that's a good one.
Vampirella. Something about that Frazetta, it's just some good shit.
I've got 3 or 4 old Vampirella Frazetta slabs coming from an auction I got too excited about a few weeks ago.
I got too
I
excited for
know the feeling.
I gotta tell you though,
Y'all
man.
make me feel poor, man. I'm not making payments on books that are sold. I'm making payments on literally the Marvel 25th anniversary cover of Care Bears. Yo, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I just don't want to pay out. I just like pay for that. I don't want to pay out. It's like $400. I just want to pay out. I'm like, you know what? Can I? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, because it's I gotta get the Muppet Babies too, because I'm putting together the 25th anniversary run.
It's fun.
And the most expensive ones are the Muppet Babies and Care Bears.
It's
like crazy.
It's fun to do the search. I mean, when I was doing these, like just searching for all of these. But shout out to the Comic Corner. When the villains came out, I got 2 bundles and done.
Yeah, we sold them. That took up a whole room in our shop to keep all those staged and ready as they came out over like 2 months to get them all in house. It was crazy.
But it's fun, like ish, to find like the border, the border books, the anniversary books. And yes, even I even know that the Muppet Baby ones is very hard to find. The Care Bear one is very hard to find. Yeah, and go figure, right?
You have the Daredevil one? There's a Daredevil one, isn't it?
There's a Daredevil one.
Daredevil.
I just rebagged a long run of Daredevil that I gotta sell. I remember seeing it in that run.
Oh no! Shit.
All right. Well, look at that.
Holy shit! I didn't even do my. So, guys, next Wednesday we are gonna be going back to our. Not going back, but we're gonna do our monthly movie review. We will have Shannon Kincaid and Mandy on the show. We'll be talking about stuff. I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but movie reviews. And then we have some guys from IG for the following week. And then I know we have the comic capsule at the end of the month. So keep on contact, guys. Keep on seeing. I don't know what we're gonna have in the future. I haven't booked like we did before. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Ish. Thank you, Efrain, for stopping in and making Caesar look better. I appreciate that because it's kind of hard for me to do by myself. My back hurts every single time we have this show. But guys, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Appreciate you guys. Thank you once again. With that being said, this is the comic menu. See you next Wednesday. And see.
Peace.